What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the conversation today. And today we'll be diving into a lot of the transfer talk that we didn't get to on the last call-in show. So we'll be diving into that today because there's a lot of stuff to get through all around, not only just with Arsenal, all around. We all saw the big deal today with Palestra. 55 million for a youngster who's never played at a top level, I think is absolutely insanity, but it is what it is. It's not my money, but I think Chelsea's absolutely insane with what they're doing with these transfer purchases and everything else. But yeah, right now at the World Cup, Bosnia is up 3-1. Big up to the Bosnians. Switzerland is up 2-1 on Canada, which really makes that an interesting situation. Because now it's practically a situation where Bosnia will be going through. Bosnia will be going through as the third place, and we'll see where they end up landing. I've been pretty impressed with them today. If they get the United States, it should make for an interesting game. But what's going on,
I was
my
just
guy?
gonna say, please, Switzerland, just see out the last however many minutes there are. I cannot have this Canadian Donnies go through. Please, God, I hate
We're going
Canada
through.
with all.
Canada's going through.
Oh yeah, I just need them to get. But they're not going to be playing in Canada, which is going to be amazing.
They're not playing in Canada for the first round of the knockouts.
I know. That's why I need the
Ask you
result.
a question. They're not. I thought that was mandatory that they were getting. I thought if the host countries get out, they all get the first game at home away.
No,
And
that's
then
if you win the group. Like the
uh,
U.S. has won the group, so they're going to be playing in Levi Stadium. Now, am I a fan of them playing at Levi Stadium? No, because I think Lumen Field is more that Seattle Stadium. Lumen Field is the biggest home court for the U.S. and for the Seattle Seahawks. That 12th man is insanity. Like I've never seen. The loudest I've seen it was, of course, when the U.S. played there, when the Seahawks played there, an NFC Championship game there for the first time in years, and then, of course, when the Seattle Sounders play there. So Seattle's a home is a real home field, at least in my opinion, for the
it's going
U.S.
to
and
be
for the
home field no
Seahawks.
matter where we play. It's
Yeah,
going to be home field no matter where we play. Big up
that's right.
Martin. Big
Big
up
up, Martin.
Gavin. Big up
Big up,
Quasha. Big
Brandon.
up everybody in the chat. Big up
Yeah.
Nats.
So I heard these transfers. I mean, honestly, just the amount of money is just insane. Um,
I don't know where Chelsea's getting all this money from.
I thought they were
You
in
spent
deep
55
FFP.
million euros on this kid Palestra. I mean, I don't, from a business sense, I don't know how Chelsea do it because it doesn't make any sense whatsoever. You're
Yeah.
buying these young kids for development to
Mm,
resell. Okay, the amount of money that you're buying them for, you can only sell them to 8 clubs. These
yeah.
8 clubs are not going to be the team that are continuously going to buy your players. Like it doesn't make any sense with what they're doing.
Mm,
I, I don't know. I don't
I don't
know.
know either.
Palestra for 55 million, I think, is fucking insanity. The guy didn't even play for Atalanta last year. He played for Cagliari, and he was playing with the team. He was playing with a team that was fighting relegation. So
Ay.
I don't get what the goal is to get a player who isn't playing consistently, who's not even playing at the top level at 21, but we're going to get him to bring him in for what? And again, you buy him for 55 million, right? As somebody who's been in business before, you don't limit your market at all. That's just stupidity if you limit the market of what you're trying to make your money on. If you look at what Chelsea's doing, you bought Palestra for 55 million euros. So roughly that's about, I don't know, like 45 million pounds.
Mm,
Who's going to buy him? The only guys you're going to be able to sell them to make money is you making your competition stronger. Because you can only sell them to City, you can only sell them to City, United, Liverpool, Arsenal, possibly Spurs, if Spurs want to spend money. But then after that, it's only Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, Barcelona, and PSG. That's it.
Jesus Christ.
There's no money in Italy. They're not. Inter told Atalanta to go fuck themselves. We're not spending 55 million on this guy. They said we'll give
Damn.
you. They said we'll give you 45 million euros, and then we'll give you 5 million on add-ons for what ends up happening with him. They said no. Chelsea's offering us big money, and Inter's like, okay, have him. So I don't get where Chelsea is getting this money from. You post a 261 million pound loss last year, And then on top of the crazy amount of money that you lost, you have no European football whatsoever. It makes absolutely no fucking sense that they're doing this nonsense. Big up Ruthless. Yeah, it's hot. We're catching, the US is going to catch the heat next week from what you guys are having. It's going to be 90 degrees over here in Chicago. So
oh, great. Yeah, actually, Connecticut.
I love the heat, so I don't care.
Seriously? How do you do it? I mean, honestly, I was in
Brother, when I used to go to Italy, we would go to Italy for like 6 weeks over the summer. Like we would spend majority of our summer break in Italy and go spend time with family. Ain't none of them fucking grease balls got a fucking air conditioner. They don't have hell no, bro. The Europeans think that if they got the air conditioning, they're gonna get sick.
Jesus, what?
My grandmother used to wear a black dress, a black shirt, black skirt with the black nylons, and then the black cardigan over it. It'd be 90 degrees. She wouldn't sweat.
I was about to say, and she didn't burn down. I mean,
no, because she was used to it.
I was just gonna say,
it was like, yeah. So funny story. My brother, when he was a kid, was fat, like bigger than I am now, and like he used to go like, hey, Nana, can you turn on the air conditioning? She goes, you're hot? He goes, yeah. He goes, put your fat ass on the tiles like the dogs do. They cool that way. He goes, we ain't got no air conditioning. What? It's fucking crazy.
Oh, that is hilarious, man. Holy shit.
What's going on, brother?
My guy Nat, how you doing?
Yeah, what's good, man? Yeah, no.
How's the heat down there in England? Because
I love the heat, but it ain't working. It ain't working with the heat. Do you know what I'm saying? When you're outside or when you're putting in that manual labor and shit like that. No AC, bruv, as well. Like
how do
no
you
AC
guys
in the homes.
do it?
But to answer that question as well, big up Johnny each and every single time. I know it's been a minute. You know, doing your thing and all of that.
Life is life, brother. Life is life.
Yeah, life is life, and exactly, man. But like the way our houses are built, right, and this is across the board in the country. So even though where I'm at in the south, it's a lot warmer, similar to Italy. I know Johnny knows that and is aware of that, but
of course,
but like it's not like I'll give you an example, like New Zealand. New Zealand's the opposite way round, whereas the North Island is hotter than the South Island. Has much better weather, but where we're at, it's like, it's kind of, hotter in the south for you guys, but I'd say it's more sort of like southwest. So where you have like the Utahs, Nevada especially, like that's fucking 40+ degrees. We're getting that weather, but yeah, back to what I was saying, like it's
California too.
Nevada's hot because it's a fucking desert. The whole state's a fucking desert.
Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? and it's like, but the way our houses are built up, right? The attic is all insulated because this country is not built for even 25 degrees. 25 degrees for me in England, 25 degrees is the optimum because when it's nice, it's not too hot, plus the humidity, it works in it.
Sure.
Anything above 30 degrees, a lot of people struggle, but for me, anything above 35, even I'm struggling. And I'm with Johnny. I absolutely love the heat, bruv. I will pick 40 degrees, regardless of what humidity, over -10 any day. Any day. You will not catch me in -10 unless it's unless there's like a major event going on, or I'm seeing friends and family in it. If it's like proper, do you know what I'm saying? Unless it's proper, like I'm not gonna willy-nilly just fucking go somewhere where it's like -10 and 15 and nah, fuck all of that, man. With all due respect, like,
don't go to Chicago in the winter time. Do not go to Chicago or anywhere in the Northeast in the winter.
That's the reason why I love the heat, because it's fucking freezing over here for 6 months out of the year in Chicago.
Correct.
Yeah.
You got as soon as you hit December, because now how it used to be was right at the end of October is when the cold really started to settle in, when you started seeing your 40 degrees going down to 30 degrees consistently. When you go to when you hit January, February, and the beginning of January, you're normally getting 2 to 3 weeks of -30-degree weather in Chicago. And then you get another week and a half of it in February. That's why, like, Chicago in the summertime, the saying is summertime shy, because it's a completely different fucking It's a completely different
Yeah.
fucking city because everybody's out trying to drink every day to take in the sun because for 8 months out of the year we're back inside freezing our balls off. You know what I mean? So
I understand.
So, what have you guys been Nat, what did you make of this whole thing with this Palestra thing? Because I just don't get, how do you lose 260 million pounds in pre-tax loss for Chelsea, and then all of a sudden you just belted out another 50 million purchase for Palestra? It's like, I thought you guys needed to keep money in. Like, are they just going to sell somebody big and say, fuck it, we made some money back and now we're going to live with it? Because I just don't get this at all. Like, the Palestra signing, all this says to me is I think Gusto's leaving. Because I think Gusto's leaving, and I also think Enzo's leaving, because I think they're going to end up moving Reece James into the middle with Caicedo, and that that's the only thing I can think of. I don't get how Chelsea went from spending big money on players to win trophies to now saying we're going to spend big money on players to not necessarily win trophies, but to develop them. But then when you look at how much money you're paying for these guys, there's only 8 clubs you can sell these players to. It's not like Chelsea's doing like a Napoli thing where you're finding gems across Europe for like 5 to 10 million and you're turning around and flipping it for 30, to where the market is huge for $30 million players. Big up Quaja. But on top of it, it's like when you're buying like this kid Palestra, you bought him for 55 million. So roughly that's about 47.5 million pounds, 45 million pounds. Who the fuck's going to pay 50 million or something in order to make money off him if that's the goal? You can only sell him to, and the worst part, and I'm not even saying it for the worst part, overall, because if that's what your model is, fuck it, good. That's one less team that we got to worry about every year trying to win now if Chelsea's doing that. But it's like you only can sell to your competition. You can only flip these players to selling them to a Liverpool, a United, an Arsenal, or a City, or Bayern, Real Madrid, Barca, or PSG. That's it. Those are the only teams that can afford this. I don't get this.
To be honest, Johnny, like they're not in the bracket of getting the best of the best anymore. It's different ownership. You know Blue Coat better than I do. It's like the way I see it, they are a glorified Villa and Forest now. All they're talking about is, we won in Europe, we won it first, blah 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 blah. Once we win that Champions League, it's done. For me, as far as I'm concerned, it was never up for debate who's bigger in London. It's only a matter of time now, and they know it. You got so-called Chelsea fans alongside Man United fans turning up to the parade. Our fucking parade, which I was there. We're
gonna get on.
Big up Shane. Big up. Yeah. Big up Shane, because the proof is there, because I was there with Jamboy.
Proof is in the pudding.
Norms was there as well doing this. Yeah, proof is in the pudding, 100%. I did turn up later, but nevertheless, like, we were all there. They were telling me, Shane, Rashid, Jamboy, Norms, Dark Side, big up to all of them motherfuckers. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, if we catch you at the parade, we're going to run you out. I was just like, you fucking dumb, bruv. Other than Shane, like, we're all pretty much based in and around London, bruv. Like, do you know what I'm saying? I'm Southwest. I'm in proper Chelsea area. You ain't running me out, bruv. You ain't running me out. Where I live is proper Chelsea, bruv. They know I'm Arsenal. Look, even watching the England games, I'm going to do my match reaction later on this morning or whatever. But
we'll get on to them too.
Even after, exactly. Even after watching the England games and all of that shit, I still bump into some Arsenal fans. Yeah, there's plenty of Chelsea where I'm at naturally, but it's just like the nerve of these cunts, bruv, to be thinking that they're still that. I'll go back to it. Yeah, it reminds me of that 40-year-old cougar that still operating. She still thinks and is still operating like she's 25 or 18, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? She's one of them. Yeah, you're still hot. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, you still got the goods, but there ain't good in like what they used to, bruv. Let it go. Let it go. You're not in that market, bruv. You're not in that bracket. It is what it is. And the way that they've been run, look, like you said, Johnny, like, it's one less team to worry about. But as far as I'm concerned, Chelsea are finished. You don't need Guns or me or you or anyone else to say that Chelsea are finished, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? Cole Palmer didn't even make the squad. I think he still should have gone, just based off of tech. And we saw that after the Ghana game, among others. But, you know, there were other players that didn't go. You had Adam Wharton that didn't go. Gibbs White didn't fucking go. You had Lewis Hall and Tyreek Mitchell. No recognised left back, but you picked Jed Spence. Jed fucking Spence, bruv. Spursy, bruv. Spursy.
Harry Maguire was not even in there as well. Harry Maguire should have been there.
Even I would have rather even a fucking finished ass Luke Shaw over fucking Jed Spence. Do you know what I'm saying? At least he was fucking performing.
We will get into England because England's in. They might have shot themselves in the foot with this whole thing. I'll tell you that. But
I got a theory on that. I'll explain that in a little bit. I've got
for this quick question over here from T-Dot. Yes, unfortunately, it does look like we're in for Barcola. I am not a fan of him. I'll be honest with you. I think there's a lot of other wingers that we should be looking at long term than him. Now, I am not a fan, and I am not backing. I don't know if you guys have seen this, but guys, on the last call-in show, there were people putting in chats and stuff, and I was looking up, and it is true. I don't know why these top gooners are talking about we need to go out and get Marcus Rashford. I'm sorry, man. Marcus Rashford is not the priority right now for Arsenal. I'm sorry. I don't think he's going to be this difference maker that people are trying to talk about with him. And I think Spurs, with this too, with RSV, listen, Spurs are overpaying because that's what they have to do to get people to that fucked up club. That's just what the reality is with Spurs. You're talking about a team that held on by the skin of their teeth to stay in the Premier League. Nobody wants to go there, so they have to overpay for some of these guys. So it's absolutely ridiculous with what's going on as far as the transfer window, because I just don't see how we're paying or coming up with random numbers out of thin air for some of these fucking players. I really don't get it. And I listen, man, Tonali, if you go to Spurs, I think you're going to Spurs because you need gambling money. Because I don't get why the fuck you're going to Spurs, dude. I really don't. You might as well stay at Newcastle for one more year. Try to get them in the fucking Champions League or European spot again, and then bounce. I don't know why you would go to Spurs. Because Spurs, for me,
he could go back to Italy. He can go to Inter or some shit. Do you know what I'm saying? He could go to Inter. If he stayed one more year at Newcastle, he could go to Inter.
Did you? Well, no. If you see who Inter's linked to now, because of this whole fallout with Madrid and Como, DiMarzio is saying there is a 90% chance that Nico Paz is going to Inter. If Nico Paz goes to Inter, Inter is going to be chefing shit up next year. I'm going to tell you that right now. Inter Milan get Nico Paz, you better watch out. Because you talking about an improvement on that midfield. You went from Zielinski to Nico Paz with Çalhanoğlu and fucking Barella. And there's no guarantee that Çalhanoğlu's staying. There's talks that Çalhanoğlu's going to Galatasaray, that they're going to flip him, and they're going to go get Rovella from Lazio, the guy that I want for Napoli to be the new number 6, because it sounds like Lobotka's leaving. But I'm telling you, these transfers are starting to get crazy. But with this whole thing going on, I mean, this Mateus Fernandez, him for 80 million, this Alex Scott for big money. I don't
Anderson for big money.
Looking at these guys,
Adam Wharton 100 million as well. Adam Wharton worth 100 million.
None of them are worth this. None of them are worth this. Now, what I will say is this:
Adam Wharton will get that much. Like, I don't believe he'll be that much since he didn't make the World Cup squad. It'll still cost a lot of money, but I don't think it'll be 100 mil. Like,
yeah, but I'm just saying the way this fucking. The way they're asking for crazy money for all these players, I just don't get it, man. Who has the funds to do this? First of all, I don't know if you guys saw this, but last week the Glazers took out another lump sum of money out of the Manchester United. I don't know.
You told me this.
United's debt has now risen to £730 million, but the refinancing of what they've done to take the money out. Their debt has now eclipsed for the interest rate over 5%. So their interest is 5.3% on 728 million pounds. They are unsustainable. And now that they've closed on this agreement for this land, they still have to fork over the money. That 300 million pounds that all these United fans were talking about spending, that don't look like that's coming. So I don't know where people are thinking they're trying to charge this much money for these players, because the money's not there. You know, it's basically coming.
Which is why Carrick is going to be here. This is why Carrick is going to stay. This is why he's the long-term plan now. He's Ollie 2.0, bruv. It's Carrick at the wheel now. That's the only difference, yeah? But didn't mean to cut you off, Johnny, but it coincides with all of this shit. See, at least with the Cronkies, we've slated the Cronkies. I've been on the Cronkies' neck. Notice how we win the league. I'm not on Josh Kroenke's neck as much. I will be still on Arteta's neck and Berta, mainly because, and I'll just say this very quickly, is like with Arteta, I want him off transfers, bro. Leave that to Berta, leave that to Andrea Mafioso, bad boy Berta, and Michele, and there was this other guy that they were trying to bring in, this other Spanish don. I can't remember his name. I saw it. I saw it on the socials. Yeah, but they're trying to bring him in next to Berta as part of the backroom sort of like board staff. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah, the guy from Granada.
If he's going to be the one making these signings, yeah, Granada. That's it. If he's going to help make the signings with Andrea Berta instead of Arteta, I'd rather that. I'd take that, because at least the Cronkies ain't taking, you know, millions upon millions out of our football club. I think the most they've taken out is 6, and that's for advisory reasons or some other bullshit. Like, you know, so Man United, they're in deep shit. Not as much as Chelsea, in a different way, but they're still in deep shit, which is why it's back to us, City, Man City, and Liverpool. Those are the only three. Villa, depending on how they
I would argue Chelsea.
Because
Chelsea's
of the Glazers doing their same shit.
I would say that Chelsea is in a better situation than United is. The funny thing is that even though Chelsea is acting stupid, here's the thing: Todd Boehly still owns the LA Dodgers. With how much money the Dodgers are worth, if it really push come to shove, he could figure out a way how to finesse money from the Dodgers and float it into Chelsea if he needed to. Yes, the Glazers own the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
But the Tampa Bay Buccaneers don't make anywhere near what the Dodgers make, which is why it would be very tough for them to flip the bill, because the Tampa Bay Buccaneers make essentially nothing. So you can't take all that money.
Make money because of the
well,
shared,
they do, but
it's
nowhere near to what the Dodgers
Glazers
are.
Don't care about
money out of the Dodgers and fund it to Man U.
Well, I would just argue that it's because the Glazers don't give a fuck about United. They wouldn't be running up what they're doing with the debt. I'm sorry. There's no way you're the biggest team in England, as they try to say they are, and that you're running up a $730 million pound debt, not $730 million, 730 million pounds. There's no way that you are raising that much money as far as debt. And now all of a sudden you got a stadium that's got to be built. The stadium's going to cost you as we've seen, probably 3 to 4, maybe even $5 billion if you're going to do this elaborate freaking plan. So the billions that are going to go into building the stadium is going to go against your books on top of it. I'm sorry. United don't make enough money to offset nearly 6 billion pounds of debt when you look at everything at the end of the day. RSV, the revenue doesn't mean anything, bro. I'm sorry. You can raise, United still raise over 700 million pounds a year. I get that. The problem is the negatives. You have too much. You still have to look at what the total cost is and what they bring home at the end of the day. Revenue is just revenue. You have to look at the bottom line and see how far they are away from being in the green. If they're not in the green every year with taking money out, because clearly they're not, if they're 730 million pounds in debt, that's what's going to affect them. You can't just offset that, because off of that, then you would have to say United can't spend any money for a year and try to do the best they can and not buy anybody. And even then, you still have to pay your staff. You still have to pay players. So your revenue is still not going to be complete at that time. That's why I'm saying. And on top of it, now your interest is bigger. 5% of 700 million is a lot of fucking money that you have to pay on top of it. That's just not included with everything else. Again, 5% of that, if you're looking at it, the interest is per year. So unless you pay everything off, unless you pay everything off all at once, there's no way that that's going to happen.
Mm.
You know what I mean? That's the
I hear exactly what you're saying, Gianni. But yeah, I just think
that's $36.5 million extra of interest. So you're technically $780 million in the hole, and it's without the stadium being involved.
And they think they have enough to make a new stadium. That's impossible. They can't make a new stadium with all this. They can't. Doesn't matter if they
would. The problem is that
they got the rats pissing. They got the rats pissing.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's roof leaking. Yeah, it's a shit show, bro.
Yeah,
it is a shit
show. I mean, the only way they're going to be able to.
So yeah.
No,
so, yeah.
No, I was just going to say the only way they can, fund this is if they raise the ticket prices.
Even if they raise the ticket prices, it's still not enough.
I hear you.
You still got to look at it. You have all your operating costs, all the staff that you have to pay that runs the stadium. Even though the stadium is turned into a fucking shithole, you still have to pay them to do that. Now you got to pay rat keepers to get you have to call pest control for the fucking shit at Manchester United with that. I mean, when you look at the total bill
pest
going
control while Breaking Bad are cooking crystal meth. Do you know what I'm saying?
Pretty much. You damn near need the Glazers to start serving dope.
I just had to pay off something.
Like it just doesn't make any sense. It just doesn't make any sense with what they're doing. I don't know. I think United. I think Ineos is going to be this big. I think this what's it called? I think United's going to be in a realization. I think Ineos is going to be walking into a situation that they don't really like. Yes, they were smart in spending money on certain players last year, but you've partnered up with a company that now just with these guys who just took out more money.
Yeah.
I don't get it. But what do you guys make of this whole Barcola link with Arsenal, man? I do not want to see Barcola in an Arsenal jersey, if I'm being completely honest with you. I want Rodgers.
I don't like Barcola, bro.
Basically, Madueke.
Yeah.
He's basically a Madueke 2.0. And this is my biggest issue here, why I don't want Arteta on transfers. If it's not happened already, get that fucking lunatic off of transfers. If we've got this Alonso guy, like you mentioned in the chat, Quadra, big up as well, my guy, like from Granada, yeah, I'd rather take a punt at ballers we could buy with that money. We could make a whole fucking 11 with that shit. I'd rather do that and sell the scrubs, even have to rip up some contract. I'd much rather do that. Much rather do that, because Arteta needs to realise that now is the time to, like you mentioned in on the last show, I didn't watch all of it, but I did watch a good chunk of it, yeah? Going back to basics, we have an identity, yeah? Open attacking, total free-flowing football. That is Arsenal Football Club's identity, yeah? This manager has shown that he can do it in one season, yeah? Granted, all the other time, it's been super stinky, pragmatic, next level thing, yeah? He has to go back to attacking football. And not only that, he's got to evolve it as well. Bring in the tech. None of this favoritism. I mean, fucking Gibraltar guard. Oh, de clapped. Oh, dear God. Oh, dear fucking God. Do you know what I'm saying? I saw the game against fucking Senegal, bruv. Nearly fucked that one up as well, bruv. That guy is trash, bruv.
But he got his assist, though. Don't forget, he got his assist.
Get rid. Strip the captain. Not even strip it. Rip the captain's armband off of him. Send his ass packing out of London Colney, bruv. Yeah. Give it to Declan Rice or give it to Gabriel Magalhaes. I don't care. Either one of them two. I don't give a shit, bruv. Get rid of the rest of these scrubs. Do you know what I'm saying? Oh, Havertz. Oh, he did so well against Curacao, even though they slapped them 7-1. He scored 2, bro. What did he do against Ivory Coast? And they had that Diamonde, bruv. Yeah, Diamonde, bruv. Another one. Do you know what I'm saying?
100 million euros, by the way. 100 million euros. That's roughly 86 million pounds.
120 million.
And as soon as Nico Pepe, did you notice, guy? As soon as Nico Pepe came on the pitch, right? Yeah, you saw the difference.
Their ass up.
You saw the levels, and they didn't even give him the ball as much. Yeah. Shit, he was cooking, bruv.
Bro,
but apparently
Yan
we don't know
Diomande is
ball,
just
bro.
another overhyped
We don't
player
know
that
ball.
these fans give him. Like I watch him, people are gonna say, "Oh, but he cooked Hincapié. He cooked Hincapié, and he did absolute jack shit after that." So like, it just doesn't make sense. If you're gonna tell me that Arsenal or Liverpool want to sit here and sign, Yan Diomande for what, 86 million, then you're having a laugh, because he ain't worth all that money. He's only 19. He needs time. You can't just say, "Oh, but let's go and sign him." You need to give him time and let him develop. He's only a young kid, so you just gotta give him time. But to sit there and say that Yan Diomande, but I think he's pants, bro. I think he's utter pants, bro.
Bro, outside of Szoboszlai, I'm forgetting the other guy. How many times have we been told, "Oh, these guys are good players coming out of Leipzig," and they've been shit? I can't even think of the other guy that
Dani Olmo.
Dani Olmo and Szoboszlai are the only two guys that have come out of Leipzig that have been good. And the problem is almost injury prone. Yeah, he's been able to help out Barcelona go back-to-back in Spain, but he's still injury prone. But when you look at it from that one perspective, fucking what's it called, man? I just don't understand where people are looking at with this guy. Oh, he's Chef Hincapié. Hincapié is the measuring stick for somebody to be worth 100 million. What the fuck are we talking about here? Like, I just don't get it. People are hyping up some of these fucking players way.
He's not even an out left back. He's not even a left back.
Not only that, he's just not. There's just something. It just looks.
Joke.
Yeah, it's like all these wingers that guys are talking about. They're no different than Madueke. All it is pace. It's all it is. It's like, bro, these motherfuckers can't pass the ball. I don't know what the hell you see in these guys.
I mean,
PMP merchants. You saw yesterday, you saw last night, you saw Anthony Gordon. Yeah, he's a Barca now. What is it?
69 million, 80 million for Anthony Gordon.
Pounds in it, yeah? Garbage, bruv. Madueke, garbage, bruv. He played worse against Ghana than he did against Croatia, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, all of this PMP shit has got to stop. When you're talking about Brazil and how tragic it's been, bruv, yeah? That is the best example on the planet. The best example. Trying to beat the Europeans at their own game, bruv. And it's not like the Europeans are doing that much better. Outside of Spain, maybe France to a degree, and Germany if they got their shit together. But that's about it. Well, Italy for damn sure. But for me, it's just like when you go away from what was working, the favela ballers, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? And you go to these, not even suburban, bruv. You go to these mansion, king of the castle, trust fund baby ballers, bruv. This is what you get. You get Rafinha. Yeah, he's been dog shit, bruv. Vinny, never really rated him like that, but he turns up. Do you know what I'm saying? He's got that output. He's got the end product. That's what's saving him, along with his PMP, yeah? Like fucking Marquinhos, we know he can't defend. And then you got fucking Thiago, bro. Thiago, Brentford. When you're relying on Thiago, number one, yeah? I remember I was cussing Fred 12 years ago. A finished Fred. Do you know what I'm saying? But at least he had tech, but he was just way over the hill. Do you know what I'm saying? They went from even Fred, never mind Pato and Ronaldo, the real Ronaldo, by the way. You know, Romario even before that, to fucking Thiago, bruv, up front. Thiago. They left that chicken merchant, bruv, chicken on a basketball merchant, bruv, at home. Do you know what I'm saying? They bought Martinelli instead of João Pedro, and even João Pedro isn't even that much of an upgrade, let's be honest.
Yeah.
Like, it's a shit show, bruv. It's a shit show. I think they struggled to beat Haiti, bruv. Haiti were like, do you know what? Fuck doing the voodoo type shit. Like, we're just here for the vibes, innit? Ghana had other ideas. They had the witch doctor, innit? Like, he needs to get paid treble. Do you know what I'm saying? Because when I was watching the game last night, the boozer at the pub, yeah, I was telling people, I was just like, that witch doctor is doing some mad things, bruv. Because this is my theory, yeah? But you notice how when Saka got the ball, right, as an example, when he's on the edge of the box, how many times have we seen him this past couple of seasons? Yeah, either stop and turn and pass, or he crosses the ball in it aimlessly. This time he took a shot just like that, forced the keeper to make a save. Unpredictability. I said this, the only way you can defeat witchcraft, really and truly, is unpredictability, because then they got to be doing their shit on the spot, innit?
Yep.
It balances out the equations, you know, the vibrations and energy and all that shit, bruv. We only did that for like a fraction of the game, and then we were just like, done a Rex from Toy Story 2, bruv. Oh well, we tried. You know what I'm saying? It's like fucking one of them things. It's just like, what are we doing here? Just fucking go for it. Throw the kitchen sink at these motherfuckers. They got Party back in, cool, but he didn't do anything amazing. He didn't do anything amazing.
I thought Thomas Partey was man of the match.
But again,
Thomas Partey was outstanding. In fact,
Don't
the
forget,
whole
guys.
Line
Don't
defense
forget,
was
they gave it to
outstanding.
Jude Bellingham. They gave it to Jude Bellingham.
That
for some
shows the
reason.
levels, bruv. That shows the levels. I don't think he was unbelievable, but if he's the best player on the pitch, my lord, do you know what I'm saying? Like that game was atrocious, but he stood out, and I agree, he stood out. Like modern football in a nutshell. And no more fine margins, guys. Fine margins.
Well, I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to tell you
We
this.
need massive margins, guys.
I don't wait.
Massive.
I want to say this first. England. So there's a good chance that England may get the U.S. on 4th of July weekend, and if that happens, Nat and Quaja, you better pray that the U.S. do not beat
fireworks, bruv. Literally fireworks.
And it's the 250th birthday of the United States on this 4th of July. It'll be fucking insane if we get
yeah. It's gonna happen, bruv. I can see it, bruv. Don't be surprised if we lose, because we have a history losing to you guys in a World Cup as well.
On home soil, it'll be insane, especially depending on where they put it at. It would be fucking crazy.
Lumen Field in Seattle, please.
Nah.
Why not?
I'd rather get England. I'd rather get.
It's got to be LA. It's either LA or NYC, bruv.
Okay, fair enough.
I would prefer NYC.
Yeah.
I would prefer NYC because it's going to be easier for English fans to get tickets as well, because you want to have the rival fans there as well. But if you were going to do it right, you should open up Pasadena and do it in the Rose Bowl. That way you can get like 100,000 people.
I agree.
For the game, because that would be insane. Big up Suge, man. I hope everything's all good with your brother. Listen, I want Eze and Nwaneri. Odegaard needs to go. He's the first player that him and Havertz are the first two guys that need to go because of the contracts of what they're getting paid a week and everything else. Rodgers, for me, I still want. The thing is this. We're going to be coming into a season right now that is going to be a lot more difficult than what people are thinking, because I'm sure you guys all saw this. Declan Rice's injuries look like they finally caught up to him, because he's been holding on to his back. He's limping around. The man does not look good and capable to be ready for the beginning of the season, in my personal opinion, because these injuries have been going for way too long. But when you look at the scenario right now, Saka's still hurt. That's why Madueke is starting for England, which is a disgrace that Madueke could even make the fucking English national team. I'll be honest with you.
Could have had Jared Bowen in there instead of Noni Madueke. Jared Bowen should have been starting right now. I mean, Madueke can't even do anything on a football pitch. This guy tried to dual pass Ghanaian players, and he still couldn't even shoot. Are we talking about Bradley Barcola? He's exactly Madueke without a bandana. You can't exactly. He has no bandana, but his end product is so bad. When you look at Barcola, he's just another Madueke. He just can't finish his dinner. You look at the Champions League final, he outpaced Saliba and still couldn't finish off his dinner. Like if we're gonna buy him as our starting left winger, that's gonna be a problem, because now we have to improve our left winger again.
Yep.
And there's no point in buying Barcola. Listen, maybe you can say Rashford, but I just feel like he's going to be a squad player. I just feel like with Rashford, he's going to be too inconsistent. We need to get a winger that's going to be good enough to be consistent, because Rafael should never be anywhere near this team. That guy is absolute pony, bro. Like, I've seen him play. He's just too inconsistent. I just don't get the hype around Barcola and Leao. I think that they're both massively overhyped, because when I look at Leao, he's just another version of Doku with pace. And even though I don't rate Doku, I think Doku gets hyped a lot. because I just don't rate him that highly. And I feel like that left wing is so important for us because if we don't improve on that left wing, it's going to be a huge concern going into the next season. You better hope that Rice and Saka stay fit because when it comes to the new season, you're gonna might as well have Norgard or Zubimendi next to Lewis Skelly, and that's not looking good.
Yeah, agreed. Because I don't Zubimendi, I think, is going to end up getting big minutes at the 6 because I don't think we're going to get rid of him. And I think that when you look at it from afar, a big problem that's going to come down the pipe is the biggest things that's going to have to happen this year is Arteta's going to have to learn to do rotation. Because if he doesn't rotate this year, we're going to be screwed. Because the amount of guys that are banged up with injury, Lee was saying something yesterday on his stream, and shout out to Lee, that there's talk that Saliba's got to get surgery after the World Cup, right before the start of the season. So it's like if you got all these guys coming back that are the walking wounded, I don't know if we're gonna. I don't know if we're going to get lucky with that. You know what I mean? If he's got to go get surgery, we're gonna have a big problem with all that for me. And I think that that's something that the injuries coming into this season is going to be the biggest problem for this team. I just think it's a bad situation coming in.
Let's assume England beat Panama and USA finish top. Who do you think England will face in the last 32? Who do you think is
England? If England finished top, they had this listed. I think you guys will beat Panama. It's just that when you saw the way Panama played yesterday, it looked like with the way that they were attacking, they just needed a starting striker, and they would have blown the doors off fucking Croatia.
They just couldn't finish their dinner off against Croatia, and I just felt like that would be an opportunity for us to win that game. We just have to win that game. And listen, Croatia have got Ghana, and that's going to be a difficult game for Croatia because this Ghana team on the counterattacks, they are looking dangerous. As
it stands right now, England would get Cape Verde in the first round of the knockouts, and then they get the winner of Scotland and Mexico for the round of 16, and then after that, they would basically get the winners of the matchups between Brazil, Japan, and Ivory Coast and Norway.
I think that looks good so far. I just feel like
I don't know. I honestly don't know because if England's going to keep inputting performances like they did yesterday, I'm not trusting them to do anything.
I just feel like Tuchel needs to drop Bellingham, and Jude Bellingham. If you're talking about creative wise, he's not creative, bro. Like he just doesn't create. He's just a pace and power merchant. That's just who he is. And getting player of the match against Ghana is absolutely pathetic because the reason why he's here in the England squad is because of the PR. The PR is onto him, and that's why he's here. I just don't get why everyone hypes up Bellingham just because he had the good performance against Croatia. What else did he do? The guy gifted Croatia the equalizer when he lost the ball. Croatia scored the equalizer. Mm-hmm. People seem to overlook that, and people keep thinking, "Oh, we have a hate towards Bellingham." We actually don't. It's just the fact that he's been pony for 2 years at Real Madrid. People seem to overlook the fact that he's been one of Real Madrid's worst players for the last 2 years, and he hasn't stepped up. You've got players like Morgan Gibbs-White you've overlooked, and he's not even on the pitch. If you're telling me that creative-wise you're going to rely on a guy that runs around and was falling over against Ghana thinking that he was hurt, like how's that going to help? And when you look at this England team, there's a possible chance, but it's just the fact that you got players like Henderson who's going to be there. He's more of like a cheerleader. Hey, you might as well just be like one of them cheerleaders with the, he should retire from football right now. Because if you're telling me that you're going to pick Henderson, bro, the guy should be a cheerleader. Adam Wharton could have, done something against Ghana. He could have broke that low block. I mean, him not even in the England squad, that right there is so bad that if we don't win this World Cup, it's down to these overlooked players that Thomas Tuchel did. That's going to cost us. When you got players like Maguire could have been there. Trent could have been there. Lewis Hall would have been a perfect solution. I mean, he's a proper left back. He can defend. His crossing ability is perfect. But when you look at the midfield, that's the problem. Rice and Anderson doesn't work. It's just sideways passing. For me, I'd rather have Anderson and possibly Kobe Mainu. I just feel like Mainu for me should be getting more minutes, and I think Rice should be benched. I just feel like with Rice's, when you looked at his strapping on his calf, that looks like an injury worry. And when it comes to the start of our season, it's going to have big problems for us because we're going to have Norgard or Zubamendi, maybe Mikel Merino. That means we're going to have Fridges in midfield. I mean, we do not want Fridges in midfield. I mean, yeah, it's going to be a long day for us. If Rice picks up this serious injury, yeah, kiss the title Premier League goodbye.
Listen, I don't think, again, the history shows it's going to be that hard. It's going to be very difficult to go and repeat. And like I said, I'm not going to kill Arteta if he doesn't go back to back, as long as he's bringing in other trophies. That's what I've said as far as that. The situation with me, with everything going on, big up Carl. Big up Carl. The situation with me, with this whole scenario with the transfers and stuff with Arsenal is you need to get this right because, again, other teams around you are now starting to show cracks in what they were lying about happening. Again, like I said, United's not going to have this big spending spree like all these United fans were swearing up and down they were going to get. And to be honest with you, Chelsea, I don't know how Chelsea still has all this money to spend with everything they're doing, but they're going out and buying kids again. So they haven't learned their lesson, so it's a situation where you should be taking advantage of what's in front of you. But with some of these signings, I just don't see it. And that's what's pissing me off with what's going on as far as Arsenal's concerned. With the World Cup, listen, with all the players that have been left off for England, I still don't even think with the players that England left off and didn't bring up that they're beating Spain or France. I'm sorry. I just don't.
Or Argentina or even the U.S.
They could beat the U.S. Let's not. Yes, they could, dude. Let's keep everything controlled here. The U.S.
Well, I'm trying to, but let's be honest, Gianni. The English will struggle against physical teams. Like how Ghana didn't beat them. And if they run into a Mexico or a team that's physical,
they're going to smack the shit out of Mexico, dude. Don't do this. Don't do this. Mexico is not that good of it. Mexico is playing at home against dog shit opponents. Mexico is not that good of a team. Herculez Gomez and everybody at ESPN that follows the Mexican team has said this is the worst generation of Mexican players. So let's not do this and say because they got 2 games at home, bless you, Carl, and that they've beaten 2-0 teams that really don't have shit to play for except being at the World Cup. Mexico is always going to do what they always do. They'll make it out of the group stages. Their whole fan base is going to get crazy. And then everyone's going to start drinking the Kool-Aid. And then, bam, they're going to get the shit slapped out of them in the knockout rounds like it always does. England will dog walk Mexico.
That's a big statement.
They will dog walk Mexico.
Even with how shit that they're playing.
Yeah, because player for player, their team is way better than theirs. If England found a way to lose to Mexico, Tuchel should be fired immediately, and everybody that's on that team should never play for England again. That's just the bottom line. I don't care how old Rodgers is, or Rice, or Konsa, or anybody of that matter. If this England team loses to that Mexico team, you should never play for that country again. Bottom line. Bottom line. If England, with where they're at, if they get Cape Verde and then they get Mexico in the next round, England has to be in the quarterfinals. Now, the question, because based on of how the bracket is sitting right now, is do you think England has a chance to beat Brazil? Because that's where it looks like who they will end up competing against, and that's just a toss-up of the battle of the shit right now, because neither one of them look appealing. But the other thing is that if Brazil don't win the group, then they go up against Morocco. And I'll tell you right now, I don't think England's beating Morocco. So, Carl, what's going on, my guy? You staying cool over there, or is it still fucking?
It is 11:15 at night here. It's 28 degrees.
It's hot as fuck out over there.
It's, mate, the fucking chair's sticking to my back. It's that bad. No, I hope you're doing well. I'm doing well.
Good. What did you make of that shit show of a performance that England had yesterday? Oh, and by the way, real quick, we're all those people who were trying to say that Zubamendi is better than Thomas Partey, because for me, Thomas Partey was player of the game yesterday. He bossed the midfield.
Yeah, I'd rather not talk about him, thanks, for obvious reasons, but there we go. And the football says no, Pi was very good. Very, very good. He was, yeah. I miss him in a football sense. I'll just leave it at that, right? As regarding of that dog shit show, I had so much optimism going into that game last night after what we done against Croatia. I thought, yeah, maybe this is a turning point. Maybe England, are going to actually play half decent. And Ghana didn't come to play football. They sat 11 men behind the ball, come break us down if you can. They were physical. They won every header. They won every second header. They won every second ball. England just couldn't find a way. And even when they started off the second half, it was just the same thing. I was like, what's going on here? What happened to this halftime team talk that Tuchel was so good at against Croatia? Mm-hmm. Nothing happened. They needed craftsmanship. They needed a bit of flair. Sadly, we left two of them back in England, and that's Foden and Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer in tight spaces would have found a way to turn his man. Would have found a way. Also, as well, there was only one player that was making runs, and that was Rice. A crooked Declan Rice is the only one creating runs down the middle. There was something that I saw the night before the game, and that was a breakdown how they can control Ghana. If they get their wingers to actually literally spread the back line, they can get someone off down the middle, and their centre-offs could be a massive problem. We didn't have any chance in that game at all.
No.
Ghana had one shot on goal and a block shot. That was all they had all game. They should have had at least a penalty. Two of them if they had the right VAR and the right ref involved. But they should have had at least a penalty. The Konza one, he's a very, very, very lucky
Konza looked
boy.
like he did a drop kick from WWE on that dude.
He could have missile drop kicked the guy, and he still wouldn't have got the penalty. Anyhow, but then one thing that really, really pissed me off, right? Harry Kane, you want the ball to fall to your main talisman, your main striker. Now, I know you're in Boston. I know you're a diehard New England Patriots fan, but why the fucking hell are you imitating Adam Vinatieri? Why are you doing that, man? I lost my shit. And Mattaway, please. And this ain't me because of Arsenal Tottenham over. It's nothing to do with that. I just think, mate, you're 6 yards out. You should be burying this. This is bread and butter stuff for you. You couldn't bury it.
Spurs it.
Even if we won that 1-0, I'll be like, that was still a shit performance, but we topped the group, so now let's just rest all our starters now against Panama. There's nothing to play about. Now we got to go to Panama, or we've got to play Panama on Saturday night now, and now we got to win to top the group and to get not an easy one, but a slightly less harder running.
Until we play the US.
If they win the group, they don't play us.
No, they're on opposite sides of the draw. Yeah. The one thing I will say is this, okay, as much as we can be really aggressive, really frustrating about that game, you also got to think about this as well. If England do have this hard running, let's just say round 32, we play DR Congo, last 16, Mexico, quarterfinals, Brazil or Norway. Let's go with one of those two, shall we? Semi-finals, Argentina, and then we have to play like Spain or France. So I think it's Spain. I think that was on our side, on the opposite side of the draw. That's a hard run in. But you also got to look at this as well. They're not going to play like Ghana. They're not going to stick 11 men behind the ball, break us down. England's main strongest points are when they play the counter attack. They have the speed, they have the pace to break you. They have the speed of the pace to break you. And I think this is where, as much as we want to frustrate them so much about the Ghana game, I think you're not going to play too many other teams like this unless there's a real freaking curveball that gets thrown. Let's just say, for example, France end up doing it. But, at the end of the day, it's in our possession to win the group. So go and win it against Panama. It was a poor performance overall. I thought our best player on the field last night, from an England standpoint, was fucking Elliot Anderson.
Yeah.
That kind of says it all, frankly.
Yeah.
That kind of says it all.
Agreed. That was a Southgate performance if I've ever seen one under Tuchel. That was a Southgate performance if I've ever seen one under Tuchel. I was very shocked that it was like that. And I was saying on Normski's show earlier and then on DJB's yesterday, at this point, I would even pull what Bayern's done. Drop Kane into the 10 and start fucking Ivan Toney and try Rogers and Rashford out at the wingers if you want to switch it up a little bit to go forward in the attack. You know, anything's better than Noni Madueke. How he's the guy that got chosen to go on the English national team is an absolute travesty. I don't know how the hell
I will say this right now. Madueke, listen, Gianni, Natstar, we're Arsenal fans. We know all about Madueke. He's dog shit, you know. And when he has a good game, it's usually one swallow doesn't make a summer, right? And so Madueke's useless. But I'll say this for a fact right now. I've seen Anthony Gordon play. I have seen Anthony Gordon play 2 straight games and started for England now. I do not want to see that useless Saka come start for England ever again. I do not.
Dog shit too. I don't understand. Like them two dudes. I understand Anthony Gordon getting on the national team more if you wanted to play him as a false 9 to have pace to run in space behind teams. If that's what you wanted to do with that. Winger, absolutely not. The guy's not that good. Again, he's another pace merchant. It's all it is. He don't know what the fuck he's doing. If he's not getting tap-ins, he's not scoring goals like that. So I just don't understand it.
But you saw he made changes to the defense, didn't you? So obviously Gay came in for Stoke, which was obvious. I think that was what the obvious part of that to do. But then you start Jed Spence, who is more of a defender and more of a closer of the game than he is a running a bombing up and down left back. And
Right.
when you got him and Gordon on the left hand side, there was absolutely there was nothing on that left hand side. It was all going to the right, all going to Madueke, all going down fucking Reece James's side. Reece James, I have an issue with. He doesn't wow me when he goes forward. He puts a nice cross in every now and then, but he doesn't wow me. But you notice as well when O'Reilly came on and when Rashford come on, anybody knows that left side all of a sudden started to stretch the back line of Ghana.
Mm-hmm.
That final 15 minutes was the best England played all throughout that game. Because we had Rashford and you had O'Reilly could bomb. Yes, it does mean we were a little bit defensive at the back. We got caught on 2 counter attacks by Ghana, right? And fair play to them. But that was rolling the dice. You had to put the more men you push forward, the more chance you have of getting pushed on a counter attack. And we almost got found out. But all we needed was one opportunity to get a goal. And unfortunately we did it and fucking Harry Kane blazed it. The Saka come on and look sprightly. I don't think he's going to be starting against Panama. I don't think he's going to be starting at all until later in the knockout rounds when we're actually going to need him instead of fucking Madueke. I personally would put. It's difficult, really. I'd rather put Morgan Rogers on the right. Give him a go on the right-hand side. Let's try something a little bit different. Try something a little bit more unorthodox. And you are right. Maybe put Harry Kane in the 10. Rest Bellingham. I'd even give Ollie Watkins a chance up top. And I know you say Ivan Toney, but Ivan Toney's only been brought to the World Cup for penalties. That's the only reason why they brought Ivan Toney for. Ollie Watkins is the backup to Harry Kane. So if you're going to have any...
I hear you. I'm just saying, like, there's got to be something else that Tuchel can approach the games with than what he's got, man. First of all, I'm going to say this: Rice. All of us as Arsenal fans better be praying that this injury that he's got is not going to be something major where he's missing 2 to 3 months. Because
what's his injury?
Months, we're going to have a fucking problem. It's the calf injury that he's been nursing the entire season since December. So the calf injury that he's had is what's directly affecting his lower back, which is why you always see him hunched over, stretching his back out to try to keep going and everything else. The guy's been limping in every game. When you look at the corner kicks that Rice has been taking since December, he's been limping to walk up to take the corners. Real quick, big up Binks. Appreciate you stopping by. But
I also need to say one thing, Gianni.
Hmm.
So you and I, and I don't know if Carl watches basketball. But remember last year when Tyrese Halliburton had a calf injury and then he played, and then a few minutes later it became. I do not want if you better pray that does not happen to Declan Rice, because him doing that.
Trust me,
that would just
and here's the thing. This is not going to be as easy of a cakewalk as people try to say it is. Oh, Arsenal's going to run it back. There's no thing guaranteed that that's going to happen, because all these guys are going to be coming back with a lot less time to recover. The big key here is Arteta going to fucking grow a pair of balls and realize he has to do rotations? Because if he doesn't rotate, we're going to be dead this year. And dead in meaning, like, again, as I've said, I don't think England gets the coefficient this year for Europe, because Crystal Palace, Bournemouth, and Sunderland do not strike me that they're going to win the Europa League. I do not see that happening, especially those three teams are all selling. And Palace on top of selling players, because now I don't know if you guys saw this, but like an hour ago it came out that Chelsea's ready to dump 50 million pounds to Palace to go buy that Max Lacroix. If you're selling your best players like that, you're not going to win against these other European teams, number one. Number two, then it turns into a top four battle. And now you got to honestly look and say, well, what are we going to do here? Because, you know, if a situation occurs, so let's say for shits and giggles, Man United doesn't get out of the league phase of the Champions League, they get knocked out and they don't have European football after December. If they go down to one game a week, we saw what they just did this season with one game a week. If you're battling injuries and fighting on all four fronts the way we want Arsenal to be fighting, there's no guarantee that you're going to be able to stay in the competition like that without having more issues. So that, and again, and if you lose out, if it becomes a top four race, it becomes that much trickier for us if we fall behind it. Listen, if Liverpool buy Diamonde, thank you, because you're just fucking yourself over long term, because I don't see what everybody's saying about that kid. I don't think he's
that guy is trash, bro. That guy is fucking useless. But like you said, yeah, Johnny, it all depends on what we do after the World Cup, yeah? Get rid of as many scrubs as we possibly can. To be honest, I would rather, yeah, us sign only 3 players but get rid of 8 than sign 8 and only get rid of 3. Do you know what I mean? Because I think it's more important that we get rid of the scrubs. You look at Madueke, yeah? I've said this for the longest. I doubt it's going to happen, but look, I can dream, can't I? Do you know what I'm saying? It's one of them ones, Mr. Potato Head settings and all of that shit, right? Like for me, yeah, if we can't sell Madueke this summer because no one's going to pay even 30 mil for him, loan him out and then fucking sell him. Because that guy's been a waste of money. We had Reece Nelson. I think we still have Reece Nelson on the books. Correct me if I'm wrong. We still
got to get rid of him. We got to sell Fabio Vieira. We already sold Kiwior to Porto. They picked him up permanently. But
okay.
You got Fabio Vieira. You have Reece Nelson coming back. I want to say there's somebody else still.
We already sold Lokonga, innit? I think
sold Lokonga. He's gone. Yeah. But you know, it's just, you still have this dead wood. Listen, for me, this is even a bigger reason why I do not want to see Ethan Nwaneri sold. You're going to need him next year. You're going to need these fresh legs.
100%. We needed him this season. This season just gone. Last season,
Godfather.
Big up, Jez. We needed him. We needed him last
Jez,
season.
If you're free, you're more than welcome to hop on, Jez.
We needed him last season. We definitely need him this season.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. This is why I want that lunatic Arteta, bruv, off of transfers. Because you have a Reece Nelson. Granted, he's on 100k a week, way too much money. But we could have saved 50 mil and got Tyreek Mitchell at left back, a proper left back. But no. Arteta wants to do the Pep. Oh, if he's left-footed and he's a defender, we'll slot him in at left back. Yeah. I think Arteta got, for want of a better phrase, kind of lucky with the Timber signing. But even then, you know, he's missed the World Cup. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and I hear what Guns is saying about, as an example, like where he was saying about it's mostly on Arteta, but some of it is on the players as well. in terms of they know their bodies and all of that. I used to play sport. I used to play rugby. I used to play football when I was a lot younger, yeah? If I knew I couldn't play a whole game, but would even struggle to play a half, I knew I weren't playing, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? Because then I would miss other games, other important games. The problem is, yeah, these players want to play. I hear that. But at some point, they have to look at the bigger picture. Their agents have got to be in their ears, just like, look, Saka, look, Rice. I know you guys want to play every single game. I know you're the talisman for England and for Arsenal and all of that. But you got a World Cup. Do you know what I'm saying? You got next season on top of that as well to defend this title, to win the Champions League, bruv. We ain't winning the Champions League if Rice is out for fucking anywhere from 3 to 6 months, bruv. It's not happening.
No.
It's
Not
not fucking happening.
No way.
And we're not even retaining the title if we don't get rid of these scrubs on top of rotating, rejuvenating, resting, and all of that shit. Yeah? These players have got to take, like, especially Bukayo Saka. I rate the guy. I love the guy. But at the same time, it's just like, you know your body. Like, and now you've got Achilles problems. Like, was there anything that came across your mind that's just like, even before the World Cup, was just like, oh, do you know what? Maybe I should sit this one out, innit?
Mm-hmm.
We're not going to win it. Do you know what I'm saying? Oh, I know it's kind of negative to say, but look, it is what it is. I know we're not winning it, and he probably knows we're not winning it, but he wants to play. But the problem is, when you have all these players that want to play, yeah, and they've got injuries, they're carrying injuries. They've been carrying injuries for years. Like Bukayo Saka's been carrying injuries for God knows how long, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're destroying your whole career, and you're going to end up worse than Michael Owen. I don't believe in guarantees, but I can guarantee you that shit. Do you know what I'm saying? He will end up worse than Michael Owen. Grade 3 hamstring off the fucking bone. Yeah. Now you got an Achilles, and if your Achilles is fucked, you saw what happened to TT, bruv. TT maxed out his Achilles. You know, finished his career in New York, like with the Red Bulls and that. And then even then he had to cut that shit short. So what do you think is going to happen to Saka, bruv? If his Achilles starts flaring up still? And it's already happened. It's already happening in the World Cup, bruv. Now Declan Rice is out. How many more other players? Timbo, when is he going to be back? I would say at least 3-4 months. That's when he should be back, minimum. But don't be surprised if he's out for longer. And then you got other players coming back with knocks and bumps.
Magalhaes doesn't look good. Magalhaes looks tired for Brazil. And Saliba, Saliba, it sounds like has to have surgery at the end of the World Cup. So it's like if you lose Magalhaes or Saliba, let alone the both of them, you don't have cover unless now the great idea of Arteta is going to be, okay, well, we're just going to throw Hincapié and Mosquera as the 2 center backs and put Calafiori as the left back, and then we'll figure out what's going on with the right back. I mean, we legitimately need 5 players. We need another number 8. We need a backup right back for Timber. We need another backup center back, and we need 2 left wingers. We legit need 5 signings at least, and get rid of these fucking bums that are on the team that are going to hold us back. So that's why it's like, I think the problem here is that you hate to say that it feels like the World Cup came at a wrong time for Arsenal fans, but it's coming off that way because of the stupidity of fucking Arteta with not fucking rotating players throughout the season. So, but I don't know. When you look at this situation, now the only good thing is that we're linked to that Holman from Sporting Lisbon, that the Danish kid that was really good against us in the Champions League. I'd actually like to see him play for. I'd actually like to see him play for Arsenal if we could put him next to Declan Rice. But however, Holman, I think, limits the amount of what we can do with Skelly. What do you guys think of Skelly? Skelly should get the starting job coming into next season. Do you guys agree with that? You guys still want improvement on Skelly?
I would start Skelly. I just feel like, he's shown games that he's a midfielder and not a left back. I feel like if you put Lewis Skelly at left back, he's a liability. Arteta keeps doing this inverted shit in midfield. Like, it does not work. You did it with Zinchenko and it flopped. Because let's be real, you put Zinchenko at left back, he was a liability. You have to put him in midfield. Skelly had to do the exact same thing. When you put him in midfield, put Rice in the 6, it looked better when Rice was in the number 6. He had to do all the defensive work. Rice in the number 8 does not look good, but in the number 6, it looks.
Yep. Carl, what do
Also
you
why we
think?
need. Oh yeah, go on, Carl. Go.
Yeah, I'd start Lewis Skelly all day long. If Rice is going to be out for a lengthy period of time, Skelly is the perfect backup to have. And he's very good at controlling the midfield. He's very good on the ball. He can turn and get the pass off very quickly. And at some point as well, if he isn't going to get the chance now, when is he?
Right.
That just because right now, if we get to pre-season and we see him playing at left back, I'll be going to if I'm Skelly, I'm going to my agent right now. So now get me out of here before the window closes. They're not going to stick me in midfield.
Yeah, no, agreed. I would say the exact same thing. If you're trying to play him at left back again with everything that's just been showed for the last few times, I don't understand what you are thinking at this point. He needs to be in the midfield for the foreseeable future. And if he's not going to be in the midfield, then like you said, Carl, you might as well sell him and get the pure profit off him since he's a youth academy graduate. Because there's no, I think Skelly, would you guys agree with this? I personally think Skelly was one of the big reasons why we won the league. He changed the entire dynamic the last 5 games that we needed to win after we lost to City. I think Skelly was one of the big reasons why we won the league.
100%. He was the main reason. For me, he has to start. For me, he has to start. You mentioned we need at least 5 signings. I'll go a step further and say we need 6, maybe 7, because we need a left back. Because Calafiore ain't it. Do you know what I'm saying? And as much as I don't want to see the likes of Hall and Tyreek Mitchell being excluded from the England squad when they don't deserve to be, that being said, it does bring the price down slightly. But at the same time, like, they're not going to be cheap anyway. But we're in a position where we can afford whoever, as long as we get rid of the scrubs. It looks like we're going to get rid of Fabio Vieira. We'll rip up Jesus' contract. Odegaard might go. I have a feeling that Havertz is going to stay at least for one more season. Saka will stay another season, maybe 2, depending on his Achilles and how his hamstring holds up. And and then like you're looking at Martinelli and Trossard. Either one of them, if not both of them, will go this summer. So then it frees up the space for Morgan Rogers. So we have options, and we've got the backroom staff to do all that shit as well. Like I'm not hearing this. Oh, we can't get rid of 8, 9, 10, 11 players in one window. I think that's fucking bollocks. Personally,
agreed.
If we're meant to be this elite level football club, if we need to get rid of 10 players, by hook or by crook, fucking get rid of them. Get rid of them pricks. You know, even the likes of Madueke, just fucking loan his ass and then just fucking sell him the following season.
Yeah, who's saying, oh, we just can't go get rid of 10 players, brother? Trossard, Martinelli, Havertz, Odegaard, Jesus. That's already 5. They all got to go. Yep. They all got to go. Right? Then after that, I mean, listen, you're right. I personally would get rid of both Madueke and fucking Zubimendi. I'd get rid of the both of them. That was a waste of 120 fucking million pounds. Or 100, whatever. Yeah, like
Calafiore, that's 8. Calafiore, that's 8.
I think the ship missed on that one because they went with Cucurella at Real Madrid. I personally would have tried to fucking jump in on that and get rid of him. Because I'm not, everybody knows I'm not a fan of Calafiore.
Oh, yeah.
But Carl, what do you think? Like it's if you were, how many signings would you want, Carl? And like, what are players that you would link to of like the signings that you would want in those positions?
I mean, I've been out of the loop for weeks here, so I'm going to need to try and run through this quite quickly. I feel bare minimum we need about 6 signings. We need a right back to replace Ben White. We need another. We're going to need another 8. We need 2 left wingers. Get Madueke's ass out of there. We'll probably need another right winger to back up Bukayo, or that could be now Max Dowman's role, hopefully. Havertz, I don't know what it is of Havertz. I fucking hate him with an absolute passion. But he has come up in clutch moments. And if there's one thing that Johnny Minerals, big up to Johnny Minerals, did say when he was pissed off when Chelsea sold Havertz to us, is that sometimes he can be clutch when he wants to be. There are times he has been. So, but he's a different dimensional type of striker, personally. I say we need another backup at centre half as well.
Yeah.
So,
and I think that's doable.
it is doable if we're this big club that we're supposedly are. Oh, that was close. But I just, as much as I can see Berta doing wonders, Arteta's got his fingers in the fucking dike way too much for this to happen. Really, okay. I really want Krupi from Bournemouth.
Yeah,
I really want Krupi from Bournemouth.
I hear it. My only concern with that is that it's just another young kid that had one good year. I don't know if I'm ready to commit 100 million to that kid.
Are we committing the same thing though to who's the Moroccan kid who actually had a brilliant? He's had one maybe 2 good games. Is it Biani? I can't.
Buwadi, Ayub Buwadi.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's his name. Yeah, Buwadi.
Yeah.
Listen,
Again, he's had 2 really good. He's had 2 really good games, but again, it's the World Cup. We said this about Lucas Tolera, didn't we? Look how that turned out.
See, for me, I would go get, like with what we're talking about with like looking at Morgan Rogers, he's been made available by Real Madrid. I would go get Nico Paz. If Real Madrid's made him available, which that's what the rumor is in Italy, is that Nico Paz is linked with the move to Inter. I would stop that and go get him. Because Paz could be able to play underneath, which instantly unlocks Gyökeres. And again, I'd go get Paz and fucking Rogers. There's your offensive fix right then and there. And then you look for the backup for Saka, or don't sell Nwaneri, and you could bounce Nwaneri and Dalman around as the backups from that perspective.
I would do that. I don't think we need a right winger personally. Like honestly, I don't like. We keep Ethan along with Max Dowman. I don't think we need a right winger because they're more than capable of filling in that position until like Saka somewhat recovers in it. I know I keep banging on this drum, guys, but I'm more concerned with obviously the left side, but I believe we will address that. But the left back as well. Even though it's looking likely that Calafiore is going to stay, we can't rely on him for the whole season because not only is he not good enough, number one, number two, he's injury prone, bruv. And all of this, Kieran Tierney's injury prone. He's injury prone. And the funny thing is, Scotland ain't even starting him like that. Do you know what I'm saying? Which is another fucking disgrace. Well done, Steve Clarke. Well done. But anyway, like for me, it's just like we get another left back. I would say get 2, get a right back because Ben White has to go. He's another one along with Odegaard. For me, like in terms of if any of you guys ask me, like Johnny, like if you're like, who's the first 2 players that you need out the door, just like that? I would say Odegaard and Ben White. Ben White doesn't look like he wants to be there, plus the injuries and all of that shit. Odegaard is holding this whole team back. I understand what Carl is saying, and I agree with you in a way. Like, even him being on way too much money, 280k a week, he does, and at least he's shown them last season now that those 2 goals, the Burnley one, which clinched the title, and then obviously Krupi doing this thing, which is why I want him as first signing. Maybe we could get him for slightly less than 100 mil, maybe 90, maybe 80, but we'll see. And then you obviously got the Champions League goal where if Arteta, that fucking lunatic, decided not to play hoofball in the second half, and actually play a bit, do you know what I'm saying? And not relying on Mosquera at right back and all of that shit, and understanding that Bukayo Saka couldn't play a whole game. Shock, who knew? And also playing for penalties on top of that. You know, Arteta loves a fucking penalty shooter. I don't know why it's a fetish for that bullshit. But anyway, it's like, you know, then basically, like, I can see why, you know, I can see why people want to keep him. Plus, we got Marino as well. Marino, for me, it's a tricky one because he's on a lot less money, but as a backup striker, we could do worse. We could do, and let's be honest. I have to say this, right? Yeah, with how Spain have been in this tournament, Marino is a better option up front than that fucking Ferran Torres. That Ferran Torres, bruv. I'ma be real, yeah. He's a fucking scrub, bruv. He's a fucking scrub. At least Marino knows where, like, is in the right position more often than not. The problem is with Marino, he'll need a few more extras. But with Ferran Torres against Cape Verde, he was getting chance after chance after chance, and he still couldn't fucking put it away. If that's Marino, at least he's scoring one of them, which is enough to win the game. And that's why, and plus the money that he's on as well, 130k. Yeah, it's too much, but it's easier to shift 130k than it is 280k. Even at half price. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, but again, this is the situation that this manager has put us in, and obviously Edu sucks toes before that, isn't it? Like, it's one of them ones. But I think for me, yeah, address the left back, get the backup right back, get the left side sorted out, get a midfielder. If it looks like we're getting rid of Norgard because this manager don't want to play him, like hardly ever, and I don't know why, because he's actually been pretty good when he's played, like, you know, and he only cost 10 mil as well. Then yeah, get another midfielder, get Buwadi. You know, I do rate that Alex Scott, but for the money that's being touted about, nah. Do you know what I'm saying? What are they touting for Alex Scott? Like, what, 60, 70,
100 million for him?
Hell no. Yeah. Not for that money. Fuck no. Do you know what I'm saying? Buwadi would cost half of that easily. And I'm talking max. Go get him in it. And then you have like Miles Lewis-Skelly. He's got the competition and the drive and the motivation to, you know, cement himself in that midfield with Buwadi and get rid of Zubimendi. We could even get another midfielder to give Declan Rice a rest. We've got the right side covered as long as we keep Ethan as well as Max Dowman. You know, we're getting rid of Jesus, you know, and with Gyökeres having a Krupi there, it's a different type of striker as well. So even though they're touting the 100 mils worth, I still think we could get him for a bit less, 98. I'd rather let me put it this way: I'd rather spend 80 mil on Krupi than Alex Scott. That's for damn sure. Like that's for me. That's not even a debate. And he won us the league technically as well. So you know, like he'll forever be in my good books. But at the end of the day, it's just like it's not that fucking complicated, guys. And I've been rambling on a bit, but it's just like it's not that fucking complicated. What we need to do. We've got Andrea Mafioso, Bad Boy Burton, mate. We've got Michele. We got that Alonso from Granada, and hopefully, the fact that it looks like we're getting Alonso in as part of the technical backroom staff. Yeah, we might get some Liga Dos, La Liga Segunda ballers in it. Do you know what I'm saying? Because if we're looking for 80 mil for Barcola, we can build a whole squad of Liga Dos players that will be 10 times better just off the bat. Do you know what I'm saying? So we could even go that route. Fix the whole fucking squad. But apparently it can't be done because this ain't Football Manager. This ain't LMA. Do you know what I'm saying? This ain't Championship Manager. So it is what it is.
Are you guys watching this Brazil game at all?
Yeah, I saw the Vinny goal was.
I keep turning my head because I'm literally right outside in the room, so I can see my TV. That was a shocking goal.
That was a
conceded by
goal.
Scotland. That was horrendous.
Honest question.
What is McKenna actually doing? Trying to go one-on-one with Vinny Jr.? That's just stupid.
Ooh. Honest question for you, and I'm not even trying to sound funny or anything else.
Please.
Would you take Scott McTominay for like 40-45 million at Arsenal?
Has he turned good, or is he only good because he's in Serie A?
No, he's been good. So the year that we won the league recently, he was in more of like a number 10 position. This past season, we had a lot of injuries. He had to play more of a number 8. He still got double-digit goals and was still getting assists and was playing really well in more of a defensive role. It's the only reason why I bring it up is because he was basically playing a number 8 position this year for Napoli, and I still thought he did really well. And that's the only reason why I'm asking is if you would entertain it, because me personally, I'm sick and tired. Carl, I'm with you about the whole thing with Buati. I hear with what you're saying. I'm sick of it just in general. These guys have one good year, and all of a sudden it's, oh, he's 80 million. He's 80 million. It's like, motherfucker, no, you're not. I'd rather get a guy who somebody is not paying. They're asking for 30, 40 million, but the guy's had a good 4 or 5 consistent years, and you know what you're going to get with them, than a guy who just happens to be the flavor of the year because he had one good year. I really think it's an asinine thing that's going on in football with these crazy transfer fees that they're asking for all the time.
No, I agree. I agree on that. If we threw out who do you want out, Newcastle, Tonali, or Bruno Guimaraes? For me, it's still Bruno Guimaraes, but Tonali been headhunted by Tottenham of all teams. Why the fuck would you go to Tottenham anyway?
He needs gambling, Carl. He's gambling.
He's gambling. Oh, let's go gambling.
He's part of the mafia. Nice American accent.
He's not a part of the mob. The mob's using him.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
That's Cheek. That's what I always say when fucking Dan Campbell goes for it for fourth down for the Detroit Lions. Let's go gambling. Anyhow, back on topic. But no, I would push the boat out for Bruno Guimaraes. On his day. On his day, he is a quality player.
So here's my thing, and I don't disagree with you. I like Bruno Guimaraes, but my question for that is this. Bruno Guimaraes, I think, has looked very, very suspect in this World Cup. When you would think him being this creative midfielder at times to where he can run a game, he hasn't shown up enough for me in the situation with Brazil. When you look at the state of that midfield that they have, oh man, Haiti scored over Morocco.
Yep.
What's the time?
Is it possible? No, wait. Is it
good.
possible that fourth place team can't make it?
No.
That's what I thought.
No.
It's only like the highest third place like finish.
The 8 highest third place
like
teams.
48 teams, bro. Like that. I mean, it's just so many games. But I hear what you're saying, Cole. Like, I've always rated Bruno Guimaraes, but yeah, from what I've seen at this World Cup, and even this season, or last season rather. Let's be real. Like, even with all the issues, I'd still rather take a punt on Tonali. I'm not gonna lie. I rate both of them highly, but I don't want Spurs getting Tonali. Any chance of Spurs getting fucking relegated, or the hint of them being back down there, yeah, I'm taking it. I don't think they'll get relegated only because you got Coventry, Ipswich, and Hull. Ipswich is going down. They're going right back down. Hull will go right back down, and Coventry, they'll probably go down, but out of them 3, they're the only ones that will look like that they're going to remotely stay up in it. But again, it's just this whole case of 3 worst teams, isn't it? And
I'll throw a curveball at you right now. I don't know what Leeds have done in the transfer window. I don't think they've done much. So that's another team to keep
I was going to say Bournemouth. If Bournemouth sell all these guys and they're now going to be going into Europe, I think Bournemouth may go down. It
depends who their manager. It depends like how they play, like with manager and who they.
Marco Rose is going to be playing pragmatic football. Marco Rose does not play. Marco Rose normally played a 4-4-2 diamond midfield at Gladbach, and then he went and played a 3-4-3 for RB Leipzig when he took over for them. He plays pragmatic football. They are not going to get what they had under Iraola with Marco Rosa. They're just not. So if he's going to be changing it to where they're going to go defensive, I'm just looking at it from the perspective of if you sell Scott and you sell, there's rumors that Truffert is going to leave as well. You already lost Senesi to Spurs. So you have a center back that you have to replace, potentially replace the left back, potentially replace the defensive midfielder, and replace a goal scorer for you. I think if you sell those 4 guys and you're not going to get enough help to aid that team out, when the fact that you're basically going to be sitting behind and waiting to see what happens with a small squad with double the amount of games that you're used to, I wouldn't be shocked if Bournemouth maybe got relegated. I really believe that, unless they go out. Like if they go out, let's say they sell Scott and Krupi and they sell Truffert, and let's say they get 160 million for those 3, right? They sell Scott and Krupi for 60 million a piece, and then they sell Truffert for like 35, 40. If they go out and add like 8, 9 players to where they have depth, then I think this goes away. But if you sell those 3 guys and say, fuck it, we're just going to replace 3 guys and keep the money because we got to bank all this money, I think Bournemouth could run the risk of potentially getting relegated by playing that many fucking games. I really do think that.
Well, I think they're building their new training complex. They're building a new training complex as well. They're building a new training complex. So that's obviously got to put some money into it.
Right. So if you're building a training complex, then that means that you're going to get affected by your books, because your books are all based on how much revenue you bring in. This is one of those years where a small club is going to have to, bite the bullet and say, okay, we're getting extra money for the revenue, and that we're going to build a training facility. But then it's like, okay, how much does that affect you from going out to buy more players? That's why I'm saying I could really see a world where Bournemouth could get relegated if they don't take care of business this year with everything going on. Ooh, Vinny just missed.
Okay, Johnny. So with that in mind, then out of the 3 newly promoted teams, then which one stays up? Because I can only see Coventry staying up.
Coventry's the only one I could see staying up.
Yeah, I can see Hull City and Ipswich Town getting relegated. I can see Hull City and Ipswich Town getting relegated, both of them.
Ipswich have got Gary O'Neill as their manager. That's all that needs to be said.
Yeah, I think Ipswich is going to be
the bottom. They might even finish bottom. Yeah.
I got Ipswich. Yeah, I got Ipswich finishing bottom, and then I got Hull City being 19th. After that, like what Carl was saying, Leeds could very much well go down. You could have fucking Coventry come up and go right back down. Like I said, if Bournemouth sell, but they don't properly replace, I could see them going right back down. I just don't. I don't know. Nothing about Tavernier and fucking the Turkish striker and that Ivan Nilsson and Cliver.
Unal, yeah, NS Unal, yeah. I actually like him. I actually think he's a decent player. I think
all of them are okay players. It's just them playing double the amount of games at the beginning part of the season could set them back so far to where they could be in a lot of trouble. Because here, your December period and January period, you get ran up with the Champions League or Europa League games, and then you run right into the FA Cup starting, to where now you got all those extra games compacted into the schedule. And then let's say Bournemouth get lucky, they get out of the league phase. Well, now you're playing extra games in the knockout rounds of the Europa League while still fighting to see where you're going to be in the Premier League. That's why I could see like a Bournemouth struggling if they don't properly back up the players that they've sold. That's why I think this is going to be a very interesting year this year with how all that goes and everything.
100%. On every part of the table is going to be very interesting, because like, as much as I want Spurs to go down, I know there's going to be 3 worst teams, whichever ones they are, especially this season. But the way Spurs are going, there's only so many players that you can attract. There's only so many managers, because let's be honest, they forked out a hell of a lot for deserving. Now the
another terrible play. Vinny Jr.'s got a double.
Scotland, oh my word! Are you kidding me?
Scotland turning over from building out from the back.
This is why I hate playing out of the back. This is why. Can I ask you? What does playing out of the back actually do? Like I'm genuinely curious on what it actually does. I've never understood it.
Well, Pep started that shit. Well, Pep
Yep.
in modern times, anyway. In the modern era, let me correct myself. In the modern era, Pep was doing that shit, and then everyone else thought they could do that shit, bearing in mind that they don't have the quality. Do you know what I'm saying? If you have the quality to play at the back, calm, innit? We were doing that, and we were struggling. Remember Arsene Wenger days? Like around the time we sold TT and all of that, yeah? We were playing out of the back for the longest, right? For the longest, and we were struggling big time. And then you got all these other teams, all these other international sides, and all of that shit trying to play out from the back. You know, even going back to Tottenham, like they've been doing that shit. But just very quickly, like after like Brazil scored their second, I watched the game back, the highlights back a bit later. But it's just like, for me, yeah, there's only so many players and so many managers you can go through. And the problem with Tottenham is that unlike Chelsea, even, and Arsenal, and obviously you got the Cities and Liverpools, yeah, we're more so Liverpool, City, and Arsenal. We're always going to be competing, especially for the last 5 years now, for top honours, innit? Whereas with Tottenham, they've got the money and the resources to compete. They just fucking don't. And that fan base, that scrubby, jammy ass fan base celebrating after staying up, bruv, yeah? You deserve to go down at some point. So it might not be this season coming up, might be next season, might be the season after. But sooner or later, don't be surprised if De Zerbi gets an offer from a bigger club and they'll give him the same money, if not a little bit more, right? And then Spurs are back to square one. All the players that were signed under De Zerbi, they'll want to go and all that shit. They'll struggle to sell the scrubs. So, yeah, they'll probably finish mid-table this up-and-coming season, but they've got some issues, man. Chelsea have got issues. They're not in
Goal
Europe.
disallowed.
Goal got
What?
disallowed.
Goal disallowed. There was a foul in the build-up to the goal. Vinny Jr. clipped the defender.
Yeah, Vinny clearly,
still 1-0.
Vinny fouled Hendry. Scotland are very lucky because this defending from Scotland is calamity.
It's not even defending. It's the fact that they don't. Why are you trying to build out from the back when Vinny Jr. and Cunha are pressing the shit out of you?
Especially when you don't have the quality as well. You don't have your quality
Not only
back
that,
line to move the ball forward.
I hate doing this shit. I don't like doing it, but go fucking play long ball. You got Scott McTominay and Lewis Ferguson in the middle. Them two dudes are going to bang with fucking Casemiro and fucking, what's his name? Casemiro and Guimaraes. Take your chances.
Bruno
and just
Guimaraes, yeah.
ball out. Yeah. Let them
And
use
then you got Paqueta. You got Paqueta playing number 10 or whatever, or maybe it's Cunha, whoever. Either way, yeah. Neymar's not there. Like so it's just like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's just
First
have a
quarter's
fucking
done.
go, but
You just stole my thunder.
this quarter's done.
first quarter. Yeah,
That's the
back
end of
once
the first
again for the
quarter.
Renegade
With
Master and all that
Brazil,
shit.
with Scotland 0, Brazil 1. We'll be back after a presentation from after this with a view from your local TV station. That's where football's going. And anyone, I need to say this. Anyone that's blaming the US for this water break bullshit, you need to go back to 2014, because I actually read an article on this. Brazil 2014 was the first match or the first World Cup where this hydration break started, because it was by federal law that they could not play in temperatures over a certain. They couldn't play in heat over a certain temperature. So for all those guys that want to blame the US and do all that, go ahead. But do your research first before you start blaming a country that's known for doing four quarters and all that nonsense.
Do you remember during the that 2014 World Cup, we had Italy in our group, we had Uruguay, and we had
Uruguay,
Costa Rica. I remember
Costa Rica, yeah.
Costa Rica.
Yeah, because what is it? I think it was Costa Rica. We played Italy first game, and it was in Manaus. Now, for anyone that doesn't know, Manaus is right on the equator. Amazonian tropical weather, so the humidity was skyrocketing. So what you were saying, Chike, I hear it, spot on. And I believe there was a hydration break, a water break. I think they just called it a water break. They didn't call it a hydration break.
They called it a water break. They didn't call it a
hydration.
They called it a water break.
Yeah,
but it was actually generally a water break.
But here's also the problem to where the United States is stupid with this whole shit. Guys
okay,
were
go
playing
ahead,
in
Gianni.
Boston the other day, and it's 60 fucking degrees. You don't
No.
need a water break when it's 60 fucking degrees.
What makes
It
it,
was
worse,
raining, bro.
Gianni?
It was raining.
Gianni, what
Exactly.
makes this even worse, right? There was a clash of heads between Reece James and one of the Ghana players, right? They were on the feet they were down on the ground for like 2 to 2.5 minutes. There's your drinks break, there's your hydration break right there. But no, we then carried on for another 2 minutes, and then we had the hydration break. That's just blatant obvious.
Yeah.
It is blatant obvious.
Just
No,
slows
agreed.
the game right down. Slows the
And
game
another
right
thing-
down. And that's what I
And
hate.
another thing is that where I will blame the US is that, and Taylor Twellman, big up Taylor Twellman, he's one of the one guys I listen to. The part where the US royally effed up was they did the hydration break, but they paused the whole game and took the broadcast out and then put the commercial ads with Christian Pulisic and Lionel Messi doing all their nonsense. If they just kept the game on in any capacity, I wouldn't have a problem with it. But because they're taking the game out and they're putting them adverts in with Messi and Pulisic doing whatever, that's what's killing the game. And he's absolutely spot on when he said that. So I just wanted to make that clear.
But here's the problem with all that. What you don't realize is how FIFA runs shit. The US isn't making money like that on the actual games. FIFA is. So you have to put broadcasting in there to get eyes and make money. So this is the thing why people were talking about all the facts of all the different cities across the years when the situation goes on with FIFA where they go broke, right? Brazil financially has still not paid off the stadiums that they had to build in 2014 to add to the whole scenario. And they were doing similar stuff like that as well when they started doing the water breaks because the country needed to start generating some more money. U.S. men's soccer is going to run the ads and everything else to try to make money with that whole scenario and get a little bit of money from FIFA. FIFA dominate. FIFA get, I think it's 85 to 90% of the booze sales within the stadium. Dallas Cowboy Stadium is not making the money like people think they are off the booze. Neither is Atlanta, neither is anything else. FIFA is
Houston, LA, or SoFi Stadium.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, if you remember for the 2014 Brazil games, the Brazilian FA outlawed alcohol sales at all the club football games because of the riots and all the fucking violence that was going along with it at that time. FIFA told them, if you don't change this rule for the World Cup, you're not getting the World Cup because FIFA has certain brands that they have to sell the booze for. That's the reason. So that's the thing with this whole thing. They have to do that. Yeah, it sucks because that's where football has gone in the corporate world, on the corporate side of things with FIFA, and I get that. But at the same time, you also can't be out here. Again, look at it. If you're running, if you're Jerry Jones, as much as an asshole he is, you have to pay your staff full amount of money to operate the game, and you're not even getting really paid for it. You're getting a little bit of money, but you're not controlling. It's not like, oh, Dallas and FIFA are splitting the booze sales 50-50. That's not how it works with FIFA. Here's a better question. What other not-for-profit organization do you know is worth $20 billion like FIFA is?
The NFL.
The NFL is for profit.
Oh, NBA, MLB.
Those are all for profit.
Jesus.
FIFA claims they're a non-profit organization. What non-profit organization do you know is worth $20 billion and it operates at this level? FIFA's all money, man. It's all about corruption with them. That's why we can say whatever we want. It is what it is. The American stadiums and USA Soccer and all that have to try to earn some money either way. That's where the issue is with that.
And also, let's not forget, the US stadiums, they're not even allowed to use their own names. Like, we're not allowed to use SoFi Stadium, Lumen Field, NRG, AT&T, Mercedes-Benz. FIFA controls all of that. So we can't even use our own damn names, as embarrassing as that is, Gianni.
They have
So
to
that's
refer
another
to it as
thing
Los
that FIFA
Angeles
is doing.
Stadium or New Jersey Stadium or freaking
like why in the hell can we not use our own stadiums that are
because again it's how
fucking
FIFA
nonsense.
operates with the world. It's how FIFA operates with the World Cup. It's because they control majority of the money. Oh, good shit. Scotland's giving Brazil something to think about right now.
Any team would
That's
give
gone,
something
surely.
Brazil something to think about.
Go on.
Ooh,
Long range shot, block, corner.
That's a foul.
32 minutes gone.
yeah. I don't. What do you guys, dude? It is so sad. All of us, especially growing up and watching football, it is so sad to see the state that Brazil's in right now. It is so sad to see this shit. I honestly, if I was the head of the Brazilian FA, I would make it illegal for the players to leave Brazil before they're 25 years old. That's the problem. The Brazilian players are leaving Brazil way too young to where they're not learning the samba style and jogo bonito. We need jogo bonito back. This shit is garbage to watch.
The whole
And the-
world,
and the
the
thing-
whole world of football, not just, I've got to say this, Cheeky, the whole world of football, not just Brazil, needs to learn Jogo Bonito, bro, because we're paying all this money, yeah? We're putting all this time and energy still into watching football, whether it's Arsenal, whether it's Napoli, do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, MLS teams, wherever you're from in the fucking world, right? And we're seeing this U-shaped, robotic, bullshit-ass fucking football week in, week out, year in, year out, bruv. I'm sick of this shit. But what you're saying about, Gianni, about not leaving till they're 25, unless they have proven and shown, like they did in the past, like, for example, Ronaldo Fenomeno. He left when he was, 17? But he was already a superstar. Everyone knew him
He's already a
all
superstar.
around the world. In the world of football, everyone knew him at 17. He was going to be the next biggest thing. Do you know what I'm saying? Ronaldinho left when he was 18, 19, 20?
Yeah.
When he was at Gramaro, and then he went on to a fucking PSG, bro. Yeah?
Yep.
You got Vinny leaving at fucking 19, 18, yeah? When he's not even proven on the ball. Nowhere near. Oh, but he's got in product. I don't give a shit. Endrick, bruv, who actually had a decent season. He actually had a pretty good season for all intents and purposes, yeah? But still another one. 16, we're like, people talking about, oh, when is he going to play in Europe? When is he going to play in Europe? You got Rafinha, bruv. You know, people can say he done well at Leeds, bruv, but, you know, he's gone to Barca, he's done his thing. But I'm not impressed with as a footballer. I don't rate him like that. I don't rate him like that.
I don't
Do you know what I'm saying? And then we got fucking Thiago, who's a bit older. Bruno Guimaraes, yes, he's a good player, but again, he's another one, bruv. He don't scream Jogo Bonito. Even the players, even the more defensive players like Gilberto Silva, Ed Milson, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? Dare I say, even fucking Kleberson. Imagine Kleberson playing in this era, bruv. He looked like a world beater. Do you know what I'm saying? I know it sounds crazy, but like this is how bad football
brother,
is.
you're not crazy for saying that. Lucas Paqueta is actually on a Brazilian national team.
Is he even Brazilian?
Yeah.
No, we got Fabinho as well. Don't forget, you got washed Fabinho in Saudi Arabia as well.
Yeah,
That's it.
exactly.
The guy's washed, bro. The guy's been washed since he left Liverpool.
Martinelli, bruv. Martinelli.
Yeah.
Division 4, bruv.
Does he even have a
Came over
Brazilian
here.
passport? I think he has an Italian passport because he is half Italian. But does he actually have a Brazilian passport?
Because Gianni, Gianni doesn't claim him.
Hey,
Gianni doesn't claim him.
don't disrespect Italy with Martinelli. That dude's Bolivian. He ain't Brazilian or Italian. He's Bolivian.
Gianni. He's Belize, bruv. He's not even Bolivian. He's Belize, bruv. He's
Yeah.
Belize, bruv.
Yeah.
He's fucking Belize. Yeah?
Yeah.
No,
Give
it's
him
'cause
that passport
I think
right
his
here, right
grandmother's
now.
half Italian as well. That's why I think his
Oh.
grandmother's half Italian. That's why he's Italian as well.
No.
William
Well,
against
I'm
the
gonna be
Italian
real.
team.
He don't even make the Italian squad, bruv.
Doesn't.
Let's be real. Let's be
You know,
real.
Speak-
You'd be
speaking
better off
of-
with the under
Speaking of
21s.
Italian, I forgot. Today's the 13th anniversary of when Napoli signed Dries Mertens.
Oh, now there's
Oh,
a proper
wow.
player. There's a proper player. And talking of Belgium, bruv, see
Oh
how
my God,
far
they
Belgium
shit.
have fucking fallen
They
from
are
their golden
shit.
generation to fucking like they don't even have we can't even blame Doku for being on the pitch because he was
Bro, let me tell you something about that.
Wife
That
got
stupid,
pregnant and all
bitch,
that shit.
that stupid bitch from France should lose her job for that stupid shit that she was talking about with Doku, dude. I'm sorry.
yeah,
Who is this?
Yeah.
Some French reporter got fucking crazy online talking about Jeremy Doku should not be. So Jeremy Doku had a kid like 2 days ago. Doku
Okay.
left the World Cup to go be with his wife for the birth of his child. It's his first child. The French reporter said that you're throwing your career away. and fucking you're not taking advantage of the opportunity of playing in the World Cup. You should not be leaving the World Cup to go see your child being born. I go, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? I go, first of all, this dude probably talked to the Belgian FA and said, yo, my wife's pregnant. We're due to have the baby whenever. I got to see my kid. Again, on a human level, you should be allowed to go be with your child
in advance as well. He didn't just do it last minute as well. And even then,
it was
even if
planned.
that is the case,
it was already planned. And here's a bit.
Exactly.
Here's a bit that grinding my gears so much. There are people there that are saying, "Why did you join for the World Cup afterwards?" I'll give you a prime example. Okay, my son was born 15 days early. He was meant to have been born on June the 8th. He was meant to be born.
Oh,
right?
2 days before me.
He was actually born May 24th.
Wow.
So just a little over 2 weeks early. So you have to prepare. It's hard to say, yeah, that's the due date. But you never know when the baby's like, nope, fuck it, I'm bringing you back early. See you. Come on.
Yeah, but dude, even so, it's like the same shit. It's like the same shit with what's it called? It's the same shit with Arteta. Like you got rid of Aubameyang because Aubameyang was late to practice because of the fact that he was in Spain checking on his ma who was going through breast cancer. That's what happened.
Yeah, he did that. Yeah.
So it's
He
like
did do that.
on a human level, what kind of a fucking asshole are you?
Yeah, a major one.
But he said it was a disciplinary breach. That's what Otter said. It was a disciplinary breach. And apparently, during lockdown, when we played the North London derby at the Emirates, apparently he was late to training. Is that really the truth, or are you just hiding the actual facts?
Brother, I'm telling you this right now. If I was Aubameyang and this dude would have been talking crazy to me about you're late, and I tell him, dude, my mom's going through cancer, and he would have said, I don't care, I'd have fucking gave up the 200 grand right there and clocked his bitch ass. Sorry.
I think he did that anyway. I think he
might have done that.
I hope he did.
Yeah,
I
think
hope
he did.
he should have done
He did that anyway.
I think
why he
getting
got
Aubameyang's
kicked out of the
autobiography. I think getting Aubameyang's autobiography when he retires would actually be something worth reading.
I think
just to see what happened.
100%.
Day.
I haven't read a
Maybe
book
even a
all the
few
way
hours.
through for years. I'm not going to lie. Even though I can read, I haven't read a book all the way through. Any kind of book, yeah? I will actually pay good money to just see the fuckeries that this lunatic of a manager has been pulling this past fucking 5+ years. Do you know what I'm saying? But again, like you said, Johnny, it's a human level. Now, I can see both sides in it. Like, I'm sure there are players that have been in that same situation, but they've decided to stay in the camp, you know, and all of that shit. And if it's their choice, you know, that the Football Federation of that respective nation has checked in with them and all of that. If they want to stay on and they stay on, that's fine by me. But if they want to go and it's their decision, and especially if they've done it in advance, and even if it's not, yeah, I don't see what the big deal is. And then when you got that fucking cunt, yeah, on French TV or whatever, spewing that shit, I mean, for God's sake, you're a woman, bruv. You should know, bruv. But if she doesn't have kids,
Do you know what the most spiteful, do you know what the most spiteful, disgusting thing apart what she actually said in that little interview that she did? Apparently, she was saying that freaking men are useless at childbirth. That's our most proudest moment we're ever going to have in our life.
Oh, yeah.
Don't you fucking
Oh,
dare.
100%.
Don't you dare say men are useless. Okay,
We
so
can't
we
win.
cut
We
okay,
can't
so we
win.
cut the umbilical.
Guys.
No, we be there for her to guide her through the pain while she fucking single-handedly crushes your fucking hand, and now it needs fucking now needs reconstructing afterwards.
See, but exactly that the useless at childbirth. First of all, I'm sorry. If Troy Deeney is the one that's speaking sense, you know you're a fucking retard. If Troy Deeney's the one that's Troy Deeney's the one that's making sense, you're just a fucking retard at that point. But I don't get it.
But it's that same old fucking propaganda. It's that same old bullshit. It's just like you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't, innit? If we don't turn up, we're deadbeats. But if we do turn up, we're all of a sudden we're fucking useless at childbirth. You can't win, guys. Don't try and win. It is what it is. Just make a decision. In this case, Jeremy Doku, he made his decision. He was there. Cool. Just leave it at that. But no, there's always got to be some fucking cunt, yeah?
And he flew back
That's-
as
that's
well.
got- that's
Nah,
got
Yeah,
other
he
that's
people.
flew back
He
the
flew
next
back
day.
as well. He went there. He was there for the
Yeah.
birth of his first child. Fair play to him. And then he jumped on the next plane and then he got back to the squad. What's the fucking
Exactly.
big
I don't
deal?
see what the
If-
problem
if
is.
I'm- if
I
I'm
don't see
Jeremy
what the problem is.
If
He's the
I'm
scapegoat
Jeremy
now.
Doku-
Doku's now the scapegoat. That's what everyone's gonna do. They're gonna use him as the scapegoat.
If I'm Jeremy Doku, I try to score in the next game for Belgium. I'm going right up to the camera and going in English and saying that was for your mother, you fucking cunt. Like, yeah, fucking, like what kind of
And on
stupid
top
shit
of that-
is this?
And on top of that, Gianni, I would sue the fuck out of that bitch. If that was me
Yes.
personally, I would not only do that, I would sue the fuck out of that bitch.
Mm.
End her career.
For slander
Take all
of
her
character
money.
and defamation
End her
and all
career,
that shit.
take all
Yeah,
her money.
I don't care,
make
bro.
that bitch shut that.
Destroy her ass, bro. Destroy her
Oh, I'll
career,
destroy it.
bro. I don't
I'll
care.
pay money to see it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I would too.
fuck it.
Again, you're creating a problem where there isn't one. I mean, I'm sorry. Belgium's golden generation was never going to win in the first place with a Spurs backline. Sorry.
And there's Roberto
never
Martinez as a
it's
manager
never
as well.
gonna fucking
Roberto
happen.
Martinez is a rubbish manager as well.
Dude,
Roberto Martinez.
Roberto Martinez. If Roberto Martinez turned up to Lincoln Park High School to coach me at soccer, I would slap the fuck out of him. That dude is a useless manager. That dude is Haiti just scored. It's 2-1.
Oh Jesus!
Oh my
Oh,
days,
Jesus.
bro.
I've
Oh,
already got
my
BB.
Lord.
Oh, I'm just seeing the goal now.
What a fucking goal. Oh my God, what a goal Haiti just scored.
Oh, wow.
It's Isidore
wow.
for Sunderland. It's the Isidore guy from Sunderland who just
Is
scored for
that where he
Haiti.
plays is for Sunderland? That dude just scored one
If
of the
that's
goals of the
Haiti's, if
tournament
that's
right now.
Haiti's way of bowing out of the World Cup, then fucking fair play. Fair play. Go out in a blaze of glory.
Where would Morocco? Yeah, but where would Morocco land then in the fucking group?
It's still second. They're still
It's
be
still second because Scotland have 3 points and Morocco have picked up 4 because they beat Scotland and they drew to Brazil.
Oh, that was almost 2-0 Brazil.
Oh my God!
Cunha with a fucking sitter.
This fucking guy, like again, this is what I mean.
What?
Fucking how disgraceful Brazil is. Cunha is the starting striker. Like, what the fuck are we doing here?
No,
But you know what is cool?
Hella
You know what
problems.
is cool though?
What?
So you guys heard the news about Ronaldinho, right? Ronaldinho.
Yeah, he's coming out of
Mhm.
retirement.
Came out of
Yeah,
retirement,
yeah.
yeah.
Our time at the age of 46.
Oh, it's
But he's
2-2.
playing for-
It's 2-2. Morocco just equalized.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Oh shit! I just
I think
seen
it's
it.
Saibari. I think that's Saibari's 3rd goal in 3 games, I think.
Dude, that
Wow.
kid,
Finish.
that kid is going to be a fucking problem at Bayern Munich. That's Saibari.
Saibari, what a baller. What a
Saibari,
finish,
yeah.
though.
That kid is going to be a fucking problem.
That's-
at Bayern Munich.
Is he an out-and-out striker or is he a winger?
He's more of like a number 10 secondary striker player, but he can play as a striker.
Could be Kane's replacements. Could
so
be
here's
Kane's
the-
replacement. I
here's
would
the
say it
fun-
could be Kane's replacement, but that might be a bit.
So here's the
foreshadowing.
funny thing, right? Ronaldinho's team, Ravenna, that he signed for, is playing Benevento in the first round of the Coppa Italia. Benevento is a 30-minute drive from my house in Italy. I am contemplating of making the trip to Italy early to go see Ronaldinho play for Ravenna.
It'll be a cheap ticket as well.
Do it,
Well,
bro.
I would imagine.
I'd
it's
say,
gonna be like
I'd say it'd
$20.
be a cheap. I'd say it'd be a cheap ticket.
Oh, it
Would
is.
be like
You
10,
can go to
would
a
it be like
Bene-
10, 15 euro.
You can go to a Benevento game for $5.
Oh wow!
$5.
Before you get back,
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
Whereas if you wanted to see a
Jesus.
Premier League game, it'd be
Hey.
$5,000.
it'll be a second mortgage.
I'm
Oh yeah!
not even taking that
you
first
Scottish
one. Fuck that,
bastard! You
How the fuck
fucking
did you
hell.
hit that off your own foot, you jagoff? You fucking retard.
Oh, you kidding me?
Lay off the fucking booze with the Tartan Army, you fucking asshole.
Right, as it stands, bro, Morocco have 5 points and Brazil have 7 and Scotland have 3. So, and Haiti have 1. So Morocco is still just about in second position.
So that would
Yeah,
mean
that-
Scotland gets Mexico.
Ooh.
Oh shit! That means no,
Oh,
Hey,
God.
Scotland are
England
losing that
versus
one.
Scotland at the World Cup would be
I don't want that.
No.
I want that. I don't want that. I don't want
In a
that.
weird way,
I
I
don't
do.
want that.
In a weird
I
way, I
don't want
kind
that.
of do. I'm
Can
not,
you imagine the
I'm not
fucking
doing that.
crash out?
Kidding
Can
me.
you imagine the crash out if we fucking lost to got knocked out by Scotland?
Bro, if
We
you
would
guys
To be
not
honest,
hear the
Carl,
fucking
to be
end of it.
honest, Carl,
Mate,
If you got
Mate,
knocked out by
mate,
the United States, it'd be worse.
I go up to Glasgow at least once a year because I go and watch ICW, which is wrestling. Now you go watch ICW, right? I won't be able to go up there for at least 5 years. I won't be able to go up there. I'll be like, no.
I have a feeling
It's
we'll
true.
win that.
Vinny just scored the header this time. I think it might count 2-0.
Or not.
Nah, it's Sturgeon.
I have a feeling though, guys.
What a
that,
cross! And Vinny just scored the second.
if we play Scotland, right? If we play Scotland, I have a feeling that we'll beat them just because of pride. I think with the players that we got, and if Tuchel loses to Scotland, yeah, like we know he's gone anyway. So it's just like, and them players, yeah, their stock will go down.
What a header by Vinny.
Go down massively.
Yeah, I think
So-
Mexico will beat Scotland. I think the way
Oh
Scotland are
no,
playing.
Mexico will definitely.
Oh, Mexico beat
I
Scotland.
don't know
I've got-
about that. I don't
Johnny,
know
I've got
about
to ask
that.
you this question, right? Have you been surprised with how decent? I'm not going to say well, but like decent enough Mexico have been this tournament, considering they
I
played
don't
the
think
first
they've
game and.
I don't think they've been that good, if I'm being quite honest
No.
with you. I think Mexico's been getting lucky at the fact that they're playing at home. If Mexico was on the road, I think they would have folded. South Korea is not anything that people were talking about. People have been talking about, South Korea, all this shit they've been developing and sawing and all this. They ain't been worth a fuck. They ain't been worth shit. So it's like I
They've got
don't.
Heung-min Son though, surely, because they got Heung-min Son and Kim Min Jae. That's the.
Yeah, but that's it. Two guys. I mean, the thing is, here's what you got to understand, man. Them stadiums in Mexico, the Mexican fans show up. The Mexican fans show up for their team. But
Absolutely.
at the same time, South Africa isn't putting out ballers like they used to. They don't have no fucking Steven Pienaar or Shabalaba like they used to
Oh,
have.
Shabba Labba, bro. You're bringing it back. Bringing it back like Loco, innit? Do you know what I'm
Old
saying? You're bringing
school.
it right back.
Who was the other? Who was the black dude? Who was the dude from
Benny McCarthy, bruv. Benny McCarthy.
Benny McCarthy.
He was a G, bruv.
You had Benny
Absolute
McCarthy.
G.
Who was the other one that was on Blackburn that was with him? There were two South African guys on Blackburn at the
Quinton
same time.
Fortune? Was it Quinton Fortune?
No, not
'Cause
Fortune.
He played for Man United.
Mokena.
Oh,
the
Mokena, yeah. Yeah.
They're not putting out ballers like that anymore. So you have them. The Czech Republic ain't putting out no fucking ballers. They don't have no fucking ballers like they used to. They were lucky that they fucking got into the damn thing. So it's like, for me, I'm looking at it from the perspective of, because you look at all of the Mexican analysts that talk like on ESPN, they were all saying,
Yeah.
they go, Mexico gets out of the group stage, it's a success.
Yeah, this is the worst Mexico team that they've seen in the last 20 years.
Yeah, so it's like, I think Mexico gets out. Yeah, they may. I mean, the amount of the craziness that's going to be at the game for the first round of the knockouts will be insane for Mexico. But the fans are only going to take you so far. You know, I'm looking at this. Scotland, I'm looking at it from the midfield perspective. John McGinn, McTominay, and Ferguson are going to bully that Mexican midfield. They're going to bully them. And if that's the,
And you got Billy. Do you have Billy? Do they have Billy Gilmore? on
No,
the
he's
bench?
injured.
Did
That's
you-
why
No,
he didn't.
Billy
No,
Gilmore's
he's injured.
Oh, right.
Are you sure that Scotland
right,
are going to
okay.
go through? Because when you look at their third place ranking, they're sixth in the table currently.
You only need 3 points to go through.
it's the
I
top.
feel.
It's the top 8. It's the top 8 though.
Oh, what a
I know,
save.
but because Belgium might win, maybe Czech Republic might win, they might end up in the 9th or 10th position. So they're not actually through to the third.
Don't be
to the
surprised if
last
Belgium
32
do a
just yet.
Turkey, bro. Don't be surprised if Belgium do a Turkey in it and then they lose their
Yeah.
last game, because Belgium have been, even with Doku coming back, it's like I don't know what their manager's on, that Rudy Garcia, but he's on some pool career, bro. He's on
fucking
some
idiot,
next
dude.
level bullshit.
He's a fucking idiot. Rudy
A
Garcia.
bigger idiot than Jesse Marsh because he's a moron.
No, he's Jesse. No, Jesse Marsh is just a dumbass. Jesse Marsh is just a fucking dumbass.
Do you rate him as a coach, Gianni? Do you think he's
Does
a
it have
good
anything?
No.
Does it have anything to do with Canada? Does it have anything to do with him?
It is nothing.
managing
No,
Canada?
it is nothing.
No, it's not.
I had to put out the question. I'm
My
just saying,
problem,
I had to-
with Jesse Marsh was that stupid fucking thing that he said where he goes, "Oh, I needed to get the American players hyped for a game." No, you didn't, bro. You're just a dumb fuck. You're just a dumb fuck. You couldn't get Leeds hyped up because you're a stupid fucking manager. Like, it's not nothing to do with, because he tried saying that the players for the United States don't have any American pride. That's what he was basically saying subliminally.
Fuck him.
In that interview that he did. And it's like, dude, no. I go, you're a bum manager. You couldn't get the guys from Leeds up for it. You couldn't get you couldn't get the U.S. men's team up.
Swansea before that. Yeah, he was
Yeah,
a Swansea,
Swansea
thing.
before that.
Yeah.
You're just a shit manager. Plain and simple. No,
Yep.
Rudy Garcia is not a good manager. He used to be a decent manager, but Rudy Garcia was the manager of Lille when Lille had Johan Cabaye, Debuchy, Hazard, when they won the league the 2010-2011 season. Then
Javinho and all that. Yeah.
yes, he went to Rome. He went to Rome afterwards, and his Rome team was the team that was under investigation that Juventus was game fixing again, because there were a couple situations where Rome got fucked out of that Scudetto that year. But since then, since he left Rome, he has just been on a downward spiral of being a bad manager. Like, for instance, when he took over Napoli, this dude tried to make Anguissa the number 10 and Zielinski the number 8. Like, well, what the fuck we doing here, dude? So the Garcia is not that good of a manager. He's just fallen apart from where he was at as a manager.
But Garcia's wearing a shirt, bruv. Like the games that he's played where it's been pretty hot. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, he's wearing a fucking shirt. It's like that Spanish manager in that 02 World Cup, innit? Where he was like sweating his bollocks off. Do you know what I'm saying? He's doing that fucking shit. So it doesn't surprise me, man. It doesn't fucking surprise me. Dress for the weather, innit? Dress for the fucking weather. Like,
Gianni, what do you think of Jesse Marsh? Is he good, average, or
No,
No,
he ain't worth a fuck.
If Jesse Marsh tried to sign up for my high school, I'd hit him.
What if
Jesse
he
Marsh
became
chose
USA
Athletic,
manager? What would your reaction be? Would you say, I'm Jesse Marsh out? I don't want to see.
Yeah,
USA.
no.
Yeah,
No, I don't want to see him at all.
useless.
He's useless. He's
Like,
useless.
seriously. Who,
And, like,
who
look,
are
you
you to
look
say,
at
oh, we have to do it
Garcia,
the
right?
American way? Guess what, you dumbass? We didn't make it. So get that. Yeah.
Well, and
Him, Landon Donovan, and Bruce
go
Arena
back
are
to
the
Rudy
three biggest
Garcia,
issues
right?
in the United States.
And to go back to Rudy Garcia, right? Look at this lineup that he went with for Belgium. You got Lukaku as the striker still. De Bruyne is number 10. For some reason, you're forcing Salas Makers to start at the right wing when he was a right wing back for Milan and played great. When you have that fucking bum, Tomas Meunier, who hasn't been a good fucking defender since I was 20. So that's about 14 years ago. So, Dodi Lukebakio is not the best player in the world, but shit, he's a better goal threat than Salas Makers, because Salas Makers can't hit a barn door scoring goals. So, I mean, I don't know, man. I just think that there's a huge implication here that there needs to be something that changes for Belgium, because I just don't get it with this team. They've fallen apart so.
They have tried to squeeze every bit out of that team that was in 2016. They tried to squeeze every last drop of it, and now there's nothing left to squeeze anymore.
Yeah,
it's all run dry for them now. They had their golden generation, and now but they've got nothing to show for it. Yes, they made the World Cup. They made the World Cup. Did they make the World? Yeah, they made the World Cup final in 2018, didn't they? Yeah, because they beat us in the semi-final. So,
in when?
Was it 2018? Wasn't Belgium in the final?
No, they were in the
look at that
semifinals.
Lost to France.
Oh, semi-final.
1-0.
Yeah,
that was it.
TT scored, by the way. Who would have funked that?
Yeah.
Back when TT
my bad.
was center back.
Yeah. Is he retired as Samuel Umtiti?
Yeah, he retired.
What?
He retired at a young age. He got paid big money. Don't worry, you got Højlund now for Napoli. Yeah, I mean it is what it is. Napoli is going to be a very interesting. I'll tell you what though, even though I don't agree with the signing Højlund, I'm liking some of the moves that Napoli's linked to right now, because there's talk that we're going to be able to dump Kevin De Bruyne to Galatasaray, which would be fucking massive if we can get rid of his ass. Because this dude came out, started talking reckless about fucking about Conte. And it's like, bro, De Bruyne, you're a good player and all, but if you're not going to run your mouth to Conte, then just shut the fuck up. Just shut up. There's no reason for you to try to create more problems in the locker room than what's needed, man. I really don't care for the nonsense right now. But the interesting thing is that Napoli is now rumored that even though we're linked with that we're going to be signing Højlund, there's now talk that we're going to be buying Sorloth from Atletico. If we get Sorloth, that's a good signing for us. And there's talk that we're going to get Gatti from Juventus and Gila from Lazio as well. Carl, I just got your message. Big up, man. I appreciate you stopping by for the conversation, my guy. Try to stay as cool as possible, my guy.
Please do.
Yeah, I'll do my best. It's what my reading on the temperature is. Still saying 27 degrees. It's midnight. It's just gone past midnight. It's 27 degrees. So, yeah. But no, there is also, I'm tired. I need to get some rest. But also, some inconsiderate cunt in my square has decided to lit up a blunt. Nice one. So,
I'm going to be doing that in a little bit. So,
yeah, and I'm going to be doing that when the U.S. beat England on 4th of July weekend.
Yeah, I don't think Panama's got to beat England for that to happen. I don't think that's gonna be the thing. I'm interested to see who will get in the quarterfinal, because whoever we get in the quarterfinal, it's going to be a long day if it's on 4th of July.
It's probably Spain.
Fuck, and they're my favorite.
Let me tell you something. I'm not trying to talk nonsense or anything right before Carl leaves, but if Lamine Yamal is hurt and Spain is banged up, that's a much closer game than what people are going to say.
And if you got Ferran Torres up front, if they got Ferran Torres up front and Lamine Yamal ain't playing, you never know, innit? You never know.
But Spain are going to teach the United States that the ball's round, not square. I'm telling you now.
Well, they got to beat Portugal first.
Ah, come on. Portugal's, well, never mind.
Don't say that.
I think Portugal will beat them. I think Portugal will beat Spain. I'm not going to lie.
If Spain's not 100% healthy, I could see Portugal beating them, because
even then, bro. Like, I'm not
convinced.
You gotta look at it. I've not been convinced of Spain this tournament, brother. Like, I don't know. It's just
they got caught out by fucking Cape Verde, and their defense is easy to get at. It's easy to get at. They're not. I like Spain. I listen. I've said Spain, France, and Argentina are the three main contenders. Everybody else, until proven otherwise, are all pretenders. I do not think that Portugal is going to win this World Cup. I just don't see it happening. But
anyway,
I don't know.
I'll bounce, mate. So I'll see everyone later.
Big up, Carl. Appreciate
you. Carl,
you.
Thanks so much, man.
Big up, Carl. Take care.
Carl, lay down on the tiles so you can stay cool.
Yeah, man. Look. This heat is no joke, bro. Like insulation plus, like, whether it's the fan or the air. Well, even if you have aircon, do you know what I'm saying? But it's just like, and you notice like the prices of fans and air cons and all that shit, especially the fans, like on Amazon, they're already up. Do you know what I'm saying? Because it's like 35 degrees and that's shade temperature. Earlier today, it was 35 fucking degrees and it's shade temperature, bro. So outside, it's like 38, bro. Because like what Gunn said, you add a few more degrees in it, you know, especially if you're on iPhone and all that shit. So it's definitely where I'm at as well. Because Carl's a bit further south than where I'm at. Like London, because it's so obviously populated and grimy and all that shit. Like it's It's fucking ridiculous, man. Do you know what I'm saying? It's kind of having like that one of them like New York summers, isn't it? You know, like Do the Right Thing, innit? Like where it's fucking sweltering, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's one of them.
That's a classic.
It's that Do the Right Thing summer. Yeah, hey, that's a great fucking film. Yeah, but this is the summer that we're having, guys. Do you know what I'm saying? It's one of them ones, and just like, yeah, the World Cup's on, been vibing, you know, caught the fucking the Ghana game. Like I had a bit of wagwan in it. Like I couldn't finish the whole thing, but I was on the beers and shit. But just mad dehydrated, bro. Mad dehydrated. Like they were having the fucking not even aircon. They were just having like the what was it? The fucking tube fans in it. Do you know what I'm saying? That only work at a certain spot in it. They don't cool the whole fucking room. This is what you're dealing with, innit? It's not like you guys and other places around the world where they have certified aircon. The only aircon that we do have is and even then it's not all that, is on the trains, innit? On certain trains like in and around London and shit. That's about it. Other than that, it's just
how
like,
much are those hangable units?
Yeah, where you can dry off your clothes if you have a pool.
No. It's a hangable
well.
HVAC unit.
Ah, never mind.
It's basically their version of like the window units we have here.
Understood.
I have no idea, but they I know for sure they ain't gonna be cheap, especially now.
Yeah,
Especially
that makes
now.
sense.
Like it's and here's the thing, we're not even in July, bruv. We're not even
Yeah.
just to put things into perspective, yeah, just very quickly,
Sure.
right?
Yeah.
Our hottest summer ever in, you know, recorded history, modern history, right, was July, sort of like late July of 22. Do you know what I'm saying? So that was World Cup year, and it was like the hottest it was 40 degrees shade temperature, but outside I'll put my life on it. And look, I nearly passed out, bruv. I went for a walk, you know, crazy as that sounds, yeah, you know, fucking, you know, do this moisturize, skincare, whatever. Just went out thinking it would be calm, and even in the shade it was fucking boiling, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? It was 45 degrees Celsius. What is that in Fahrenheit? What, like 120? At least 120. It was
it's gotta be at least 100 degrees.
It's basically desert weather, bro.
Yeah,
Brother, it was desert weather, bruv, at that time, yeah? And now we're getting more like heat waves and all that shit. Look, I love this weather, but the problem is it ain't working weather. Do you know what I'm saying? Because most places don't have aircon, yeah?
Yep.
And even the ones that do, you know, you've got to make sure they're fucking working. And if they're not, in certain industries, especially if you're like, you know, doing engineering and shit like that, and you're driving and et cetera, anything remotely goes wrong, especially during the day, the middle of the day, you're fucked, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Especially if you haven't hydrated well enough and all that shit. So when it comes to hydration breaks and all of that, I've never been against it when it's warranted. So like what you mentioned before, Chike, the Brazil World Cup 12 years ago, like in Manaus, for example, because Manaus is fucking like, it's fucking ridiculous.
Goddamn Amazon.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, exactly, 100%.
Yeah, you're exactly
plus,
right.
I swear.
Yeah,
30
exactly
plus
right.
Celsius and all of that shit, yeah? Of course you can have a water break, but like, but I hear it at the same time where it's like, what is it? The England-Ghana game was played in, was it Boston?
In Boston.
Right? And it was raining.
Gillette Stadium in
On
Boston.
top of that, yeah.
Or
And it
Foxborough,
and what was it, like 60, 70 degrees Fahrenheit or some shit like
Yeah,
that?
it wasn't even that hot.
Bruv. Like, and you're doing all of these fucking, like, do you know what I'm saying? It's just like, I just don't get that shit, bruv. I don't understand it. It's just like
for
I'm
that,
out
for
here,
that I don't
just,
get
like,
it.
sweating my nutsack off.
Well, plus the other thing is too, like the Atlanta Stadium is indoors. It has a retractable dome. It has a retractable dome to where if you want to let in the heat and everything, you can. But a lot of the dome stadiums here are all air conditioned. It's cool in the stadiums.
Correct.
So that's why it's like I don't get this whole thing with that. PFC, all I can tell you is this, brother.
Yeah.
Anybody who's saying that Gattuso should have remained as the Italian national team manager is a dumb fuck. They're just a waste of breath. Don't even waste your time talking to them idiots.
What do you guys think of the halftime interviews? Because I think it's kind of a waste of a time, like these halftime interviews. I mean, the Scotland one, the BBC, they were interviewing Stephen Naismith, I think the Scotland's assistant coach. I don't know why they're doing these halftime interviews, like in the Premier League on the opening day. Do you remember when we beat Man United on the opening day? against Man United, they did Odegaard halftime interview. I'm like, what's the point in doing these halftime interviews? It just doesn't make sense.
That was a disgrace.
Well, they do that in every
That
sport.
was
It's
a
not just
fucking
football. They do
disgrace.
that. They do it. They do it over here in the States.
Raja, it's
ridiculous.
commercialization. It's commercialization. It's an ability to be able to get more airtime to show sponsors and shit in the background for you to make more money. Again, the Premier League's
They
trying
even
to
do that shit in rugby as well.
Yeah, it's because they're trying to make more money. Again, what you got to look at it from this is that you're like the biggest stadium in England is what? It's Wembley, right?
It has to be. I mean, if it's not Wembley, I don't know what is. But
So, so Wembley's the biggest stadium.
Yeah,
It's normally used-
90,000. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
so you're so FA Cup, so it's the FA Cup and the League Cup get played there, right? So
yes,
you have those two big games are at Wembley. Besides that, who's got the biggest stadium as far as the clubs? Isn't it United with Old Trafford? I think Old Trafford.
I was going to say Anfield, maybe.
Anfield as well, maybe.
Anfield's only like 70,000.
Jesus.
Even with the upgrade, it's like just shy of 60,000, I think, there or thereabouts. Like, even
What
with
about the
that
Tottenham
upgrade,
Hotspur
it's
Stadium?
like-
What do you think of that? Is that one of the biggest stadiums in England?
Okay.
The
So Old Trafford's
I mean, it's the
73,000.
most modern.
It's see, like here, Tottenham Hotspur only holds 62,000. Like these stadiums are smaller than Soldier Field, and Soldier Field's the smallest football stadium over here.
Yep.
Old Trafford 73K. See,
What about the
Old
Etihad?
Trafford's the
Do you think
biggest.
that which one do you think is bigger, the Etihad or Anfield?
Oh,
Anfield.
it's got to be Anfield.
I'd say Anfield.
I mean, the
I'd say
Etihad
Anfield.
is.
Yeah.
I mean, the Etihad's had renovations, but Anfield has been around for donkey's years. Like the Etihad was. I mean, you have to remember we used to play at Main Road, and Main Road wasn't all that, and then we moved to the
Etihad
Etihad.
only holds 55,000 people.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like the Etihad's not old.
Anfield's
new.
only 61.
Gee, Jesus Christ.
And we're looking to upgrade our stadium to like 80K, bro, which would make us the biggest stadium outside of Wembley. Literally.
Yeah.
That's basically
Yeah.
what the Cronkies are looking at right here,
Yep.
right now. Fatboy Slim settings and all that, of course.
Listen,
you know what I'm saying? Like, this is where we're at.
When you're looking at it from a money perspective, fuck yeah, you should. Why not? Get all the extra money that you can so that you can continue to grow. I mean, that's something I'm actually shocked by because, like, we were talking about it with DJB. The college stadiums are all bigger than this shit.
Yeah.
Like,
Michigan Stadium is 107,000. Ohio State Stadium is 102,000. Hell, you could go to Eugene, Oregon, and it's better than half the Premier League stadium. Yeah, dude. Like,
Dude,
yeah.
fuck that. Pasadena, the Rose Bowl's 112,000 people.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Is the Rose Bowl? Has the Rose Bowl been used for any of the World Cup games this tournament? Because I know it was used
No, it was
predominantly
used
for
in-
the
it was
night
used
before
in
it
the
hosted
last
the
one.
final.
Which is
because
also
they
why I was
keep
pissed off
headlining.
about that.
Everybody didn't want to use the college stadiums because of how hot it gets during the summertime in the States. There's no that was the whole reason why. Look, the record at Michigan Stadium was Manchester United versus Chelsea in a friendly match back in the
Remember
day.
that.
I think this is like 2011 or 12 or some shit like that. They got
I remember that.
they got like 116,500 people in that fucking stadium.
Damn.
So that's why they put it in all the indoor stadiums so that the players wouldn't be exposed to all of the to the heat and everything else. Because like here, Florida, the stadium that the Brazil games at, they have to have a water break because Florida,
they have to.
Florida right now is normally 90 degrees and about 80% humidity.
Correct.
Yeah,
And I was just in Tampa too, and it was blazing hot. Like I had to take another shower, change my clothes. Yeah, dude, playing in Florida, yeah, that's what.
Tampa and the west coast of Florida is actually cooler than the east coast of Florida because of the
you're
Gulf
right.
of Mexico.
That's correct.
Because
No,
Yeah,
you're
do you know the
absolutely
mad
right.
thing is like with this fucking heat wave right now? Yeah,
Mhm.
I've never had like consecutive like 2 showers, like cold ones as well. I had a cold one this morning, yeah, and not only that, instead of having another cold shower, I had a cold bath, bro. I've never had a cold bath. I've had an ice bath, But I had a cold bath tonight, bruv. Before I jumped on here, I had a cold bath, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? Relax the muscles and all that shit, cool.
Sure.
And I'll probably end up having
Yep.
having a cold shower later when I'm done. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like this heat wave is no joke. So I understand, Chico. Yeah, sometimes you got to get them 2-3 showers or add in an ice bath or a cold bath. Do you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
But the cold bath is going to be part of my routine now. Do you know what I'm saying?
Oh, it has
I
to
just
be.
deal with
Yeah.
it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm just going to deal with it. Just like these England players, yeah, as an example, have got to deal with, you know, what they're tasked with in terms of just like, if you're too predictable, like it is in the fucking Premier League, yeah, ain't shit going to happen for you. It doesn't matter who you play. We'll struggle against Panama. I think we'll beat them, but we'll struggle. If we play like we did against Ghana the other night, we will definitely struggle to beat Panama, even 1 or 2-0. Which is a fucking disgrace. I know they're not the same team as when we battered them 6-0 in Russia 8 years ago, but come on, man. Come on. Just fuck. Like, it's one thing picking the right team, but even then, it's just like, Gordon, you've just fucking signed for Barca. You've been dog shit. You've been fucking dog shit. And he'll probably start the next game as well. Because Tommy Tukes, like, I don't know what it is, yeah, with the England job. The England job makes even good managers shit. Do you know what I'm saying? You look what happened with Capello, where he tried to do the regiment militant kind of shit. It didn't work. Now you got JT on his socials doing the whole, well, the Marks and Spencer's deal, which is basically a high-end supermarket chain. It's like premium like products in it. It's not the Asda / Walmart and all that shit. The Tesco that we got that is just, well, Tesco shit, bro. Fuck Tesco. But you know what I mean. But like, we had a deal in place at the time in the 2010 World Cup where the England players in sweltering heat in South Africa had to wear them Marks and Spencer suits, because not only Marks and Spencer's do food and water and all fruit and veg and that shit, they do clothes as well, and a few other appliances. So it's like they had that deal. JT weren't happy about it, along with other players at the time, and I hear it. But at the same time, man, it's just all a fucking mess, bro. Capello made Psycho, Stuart Pearce, look like a fucking baby, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? He was trying to get a word in with Capello. Capello weren't having it, bro.
Yeah.
Don't fucking having it at that time. So this is what the England job does to people, yeah? So I'm not surprised that Tommy Tukes is struggling right now. Do you know what I'm saying? After a great win against Croatia, albeit an aging Croatia, and then Harry Kane can't get past the fucking witch doctor because he decides to revert back to Spursy, as you guys mentioned earlier, innit? Way too predictable and all that bullshit. Yeah,
Spursy.
Just be unpredictable. You can deal with that fucking witch doctor later. Do you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You know, like not trying to condone violence or anything, but like just deal with the task at hand, and then you don't have to concern yourself about that shit. Because trust me, if I was Panama, bruv, I'd hire that witch doctor, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? Or get one of your own. Either way, protect your goal, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? But the only way you can supersede that shit is unpredictability, and this is what modern football is missing. This is why we need, right here, right now, Fatball Slim 6, we need that Jogo Bonito. Brazil desperately need that shit. It's the unpredictability. It's the joy. We're paying more money. We're spending more time watching football than ever before because there are more games and all that shit. We're seeing that in this World Cup. We don't want to see this U-shaped robotic football. Get rid of that fucking bullshit. Bring back Jogo Bonito. The Lamine Yamal, what was that quote that Lamine Yamal put out? Yeah, like I want to see them like Ronaldinho's. I want to see that fucking, you know, the Ryan Cherkys, like that proper Jogo Bonito style of play. I don't want to see this like, you know, this whole like system ass football where it's all about the managers and the refs as well, and the refs, especially in the first game. You saw what that ref was doing, right? The ref was trying to make it all about him. Fuck all of that shit. Yeah. It's about the players and the fans. Not the coaches and the refs, yeah? And you're seeing in Portugal, that Roberto Martinez is beyond a fucking passenger, bruv. He ain't the manager. Cristiano's the manager, bruv. He's the player manager, like he was doing on the touchline for the Euros. There is no way Roberto Martinez is managing that team. He's just there to look like he's the manager. I'm convinced. You can tell me I'm wrong. That's fine. But
He's living off his 2013 FA Cup win. That's what he's going to think about. He's going to think about his FA Cup win with Wigan. And he's got, the Nations League with Portugal. Look, I've won 2 trophies. Look at me. Look how many trophies you've got. Look how many trophies I've won compared to you guys. Like, oh, but look at me. I'm the best manager in the world. Like, he thinks that he's cool. And like, this guy's
got one of the best teams on the planet, bro. They've got one of the best squads in the world. With or without Cristiano.
He's fucking it up, bro.
And he's still finding ways to fuck it up when he's not even really the manager. Like, come on, man.
Bro,
Gianni, I have to ask.
He's a shit fucking manager, dude. You know why I don't like Roberto Martinez? I don't like that motherfucker because Roberto Martinez, if you guys remember the 2016 Euros, this fucking cocksucker came out, was talking shit about Italy, talking about, oh, they're anti-football and this, that. Brother, you're just mad that the worst team in Italian history at one of the fucking tournaments smacked you up and make you look like a fucking retard. You're mad that fucking midget Jaccarini slapped the fuck out of Axel Witsel, and Axel Witzel's retarded nappy ass fucking afro got turned into braids with how bad Italy fucking slapped your supposed golden generation.
And he ended up getting Kane Rose at one point as well. So
yeah, exactly. It is
what it is. It is what it is, man. It is what it is.
This is not the same Belgium team that got knocked out by Wales in the quarterfinals. Remember Raja Nainggolan's goal, and then Wales scored 3 goals, and then
golden generation, bro. Golden generation.
You got Hazard. You got the likes of De Bruyne, Courtois. They flopped, bro. You had the likes of Hazard, De Bruyne, Courtois in that team. Does anyone here rate Thomas Meunier? Because I don't rate him that highly. I think
he's dog shit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
The guy who's the right back.
I almost didn't recognize him. Bro.
The guy who's played as the right winger in the last game, that fucking Salasmakers. He's actually a good player, but he's not. He played at AC Milan as a right wing back. He should be playing the right back role. And they should be just taking a chance with their fucking Luca Bacchio. Yeah, he's not the greatest, but fuck. I mean, you need to score goals. These idiots ain't doing that. Oh, wow. I wonder if there was a foul. There was a foul in the box by Brazil on Scotland. He's waving it off, saying no penalty.
Is it still 3-0, yeah? Still 3-0 to Brazil.
2-0.
2-0 to Brazil.
2-0, my bad.
Yeah, it's 2-0 to Brazil.
Oh, yeah, because one of them goals.
Gianni, I really need to ask. I really want to ask you this.
What?
So Jesse Marsh, Roberto Martinez, Bruce Arena, and Aaron Boone. Rank those 4 jagoffs in order.
Well, take Aaron Boone out of it because he's a fucking baseball coach. He's not going to be in on that one. But Aaron Boone's a dumb fuck too. You said Jesse Marsh, Roberto Martinez,
Bruce Arena.
Oh God, that's just fucking dog shit on top of camel shit.
Camel shit,
dude. Like here.
Oh, have you?
Like Bruce Arena. Bruce Arena.
Yeah.
You got to give credit where credit's due, even though I don't like him. Bruce Arena got the U.S. men's national team to the quarterfinal in the 2002 World Cup. So
that's fair.
I'll give him a nod over the other two, even though I don't like Arena, because Bruce Arena it was one of the main fucking problems with the men's national team with doing that whole stupid, we're going to do this the American way type of bullshit. Because that's the reason why.
Fuck yeah. That kind of shit.
Pochettino credit? Have you guys given Pochettino credit for the wins against, Australia and Paraguay?
I'm giving him credit because we look better, but at the same time, again, any manager would have been. USA was bound to get better over time because the players are playing in Europe. Yes. Because the thing is people, USA fans need to kiss the ground that fucking Jurgen Klinsmann walks on, because Klinsmann's the one that has shown everybody in the States that this pro-American, only MLS players, we can only take certain players from Europe because it's hindering the players in America. Klinsmann said, fuck all that. If you want to get on my team, you got to go try and play in Europe so that we can get the players better. Like, what we're seeing right now is because of the ideas that Klinsmann was preaching. You know, again, people don't remember this. John Brooks, Jermaine Jones.
Yep. Kobe Jones.
Not Kobe Jones. Kobe Jones was on the team because he was playing in MLS. But like all of the Army brats that
Landon Donovan.
Well, Landon Donovan was on a national team, but was playing majority in the MLS because he couldn't cut it at the big time. But all of the unless you were like a fucking superstar and I mean superstar at the quality level of what the American players were, you know, that was the only way you were getting on the team if you were playing in a foreign team. Like Claudio Reyna was the best midfielder that we had at the time. And he was playing for Manchester City, which is why they had to bring him along with. Clint Dempsey, for me, is still the greatest American player of all time. Like, Dempsey is actually a baller.
What about Landon Donovan?
Dog shit.
Fuck Landon Donovan.
Landon Donovan
spent most of his career at fucking LA Galaxy, bro. Like, it's
not only that, but it's like he's a fucking attention whore. He's an attention whore. He's an attention whore and a narcissist. Like So I forgot who interviewed him. Colin Cowherd.
Great. That fucking idiot.
He's another idiot for sports writers in the U.S. But he interviewed Donovan, and Donovan made all the points that needed to be made. Like, yeah, we need to change the pay-to-play system because we're alienating so many players because they don't have the money to
afford. It's 3. Cunha with the third. 3-0. That's it.
That's it now.
But that's done now.
But then he fucking goes, if the pay-to-play system was like how it was back in the day, the USA wouldn't have never got me. And it's like, dude, you didn't do shit.
You didn't.
One fucking goal against Algeria. Congratulations. You still suck, bro.
Yeah.
You still suck. I'm sorry.
It's not like it's not like Landon Donovan came from a fucking trailer park. Like, he weren't white trash, trailer trash, and all of that shit. Do you know what I'm saying? You're not the football Eminem, bruv. He's speaking himself. Let's be real. Landon Donovan sounds like he's fucking football's Eminem, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? Like from the outside looking in, yeah? You weren't brought up like that. You didn't have to struggle like that. Your parents had enough money to send you at the time. What was it, the 90s? The late 90s or whatever?
Had to be,
mid-late 90s when he first broke through?
Mid-90s,
Your parents had enough money to get you through. You got through somehow, some way, and ended up spending most of your career in LA Galaxy. It is what it is.
You spent his career in
LA Galaxy. Had a lot of caps for fucking the States.
Yeah, he spent his career in the LA Galaxy because he couldn't fucking prove it at the top end. Remember, Bayern Munich took a chance at him because they were like, oh, well, if this kid pans out, we're going to have the entire American market. Because this was at the time where the American market hadn't been tapped and the American money wasn't really flowing into Europe to like what we're seeing with the amount of money coming into the Premier League right now because of the American market. So it's like, dude, you're hyping yourself up. You couldn't cut it. You tried going to Bayern Munich. It didn't work. You then said, well, I'm going to go to Everton. You couldn't even cut it at fucking Everton. And this isn't Everton back in the day where Everton was fighting above their weight limit and was actually challenging for European spots. You were at Everton on the downside.
Fucking Mikel Arteta, bro.
Yeah, exactly. Mikel Arteta's a better player than fucking Landon Donovan.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
100%. Just by default.
Yeah,
do you know what Landon Donovan reminds
me of? That's a penalty. That should be a penalty. Oh no, they gave it outside the box.
You know what Landon Donovan reminds me of? Have you guys seen this? Have you guys seen that meme of that camel that's out of breath, and he's just like, Do you know what I'm saying? That's what Landon Donovan reminds me of. Like, he's just that camel that's fucking out of breath, yeah? Like, trying to make it to the big top. Boy, he had his chance twice, and he fucked both of them up. He couldn't hack it, bruv. I mean, you had... This blows my mind to this day. Like, if it wasn't for certain other factors and all that shit. Freddie Adu should have been your greatest ever American player, maybe alongside Clint Dempsey, maybe even better, because Freddie Adu was meant to be that guy. Do you know what I'm saying? Did he even make the World Cup? Did he?
No.
Because I'm not sure if he did. No, he didn't in the end.
No, he didn't. Freddie Adu never made the World Cup.
Not even the 06, not even the 06 one. Not even the 06.
I remember.
No, not that I remember. But no, I mean,
he fucking. Yeah, no, I just looked it up. Freddie Adu's never played in a World Cup. He played for the U17 in 03, the U20 World Cup, and then that's it. He never made he never made an appearance. Oh
yeah, I just think that Freddie Adu is like it's a shame because like he was meant to be the guy. Obviously, it never happened. You put him in Nike adverts with Ronaldinho at like what fucking 14, 15. And he was a good fucking player. But then, thankfully for you guys, you got a Clint Dempsey played for Spurs and fucking what is it, Fulham and that as well. So so it's just
Dempsey
like was it Nacogdoches, Texas, bro? Do you know what I'm saying? Like it is what it is, man. Like but you know, the one thing I will say, is that it's great that we're seeing the likes of Balogun and all of them players that are deciding to play for the States, even though I would still have him in the England squad. But does he start over Kane? He doesn't. But at the same time, it's just like the one thing that the States needs to do now after this World Cup, and just remember also like with history in it, like pattern recognition 101. You do not want another Landon Donovan, number one, first and foremost. But you don't want another Freddie Adu, someone who should have made it, should have played in at least one World Cup, but was like damn near flogged to death, you know, bombarded on billboards all over the fucking States, especially in like Hollywood and shit, before doing anything. Even with that ability, you can't, no more Freddie Adus and no more fucking Landon Donovans. You need someone coming through the ranks. And also, I'll add another one, Giuseppe Rossi, innit? You definitely don't want another Giuseppe Rossi that goes back to
that's what I was
Italy or go back to elsewhere in Europe,
Yeah,
Giuseppe, and you missed the boat on that shit, literally.
He should have been our best player. Giuseppe Rossi should have been the United States' best player. But on top of him, the other one, do you remember Julian Green? Julian Green.
Yeah, he was at Bayern. He was in
Bayern's youth academy. Never did nothing. Never panned out. Kid had all the talent in the world. I don't know what the fuck happened to that kid, but he fucking same thing. Like, see, the thing is this: if the U.S. was smart, what you do from here is you go now. You see what you've done. You've seen these players that have now been able to get into Europe, and now you're actually competing at a decent level in the tournament, right? This is where you need to get rid of the pay-to-play system. Because look, that fucking 17-year-old, them two wingers from Bosnia are both American. The number 20 and then the other kid are both American. The one kid with the crazy name that starts with the B, he's
from Wisconsin.
He's from 30 miles north of me. I legit could drive to his house in 45 minutes from where he's from. And that kid's a stud. Like when you look at the problem with the United States, right? That Serginho Dest is a fucking bum.
He's horrible.
Fucking bum. Yeah. I don't know how he keeps getting called up to the national team. Like that
after that Barca presentation.
Did you guys think he flopped up Barca? Did you guys think he flopped up Barca?
Not in a good way.
Yeah, fuck
100%.
He was terrible.
Yeah.
Do you think he's any good?
Couldn't even do a VP ups, bro.
No, the Serginho Dest is good for one little crossover, and then he does nothing the rest of the game. If you go back and watch the first game, there was two opportunities where USA was in the box against Paraguay. His first touch, he tried to trap the ball so he could cross it back, over. His first touch, he tried trapping the ball rolls 5 feet from him. His first touch is as bad as Lukaku. How the fuck are you a winger? Like that? That's the thing with me with them. Timothy Weah should be starting at the right wing, but that's what I mean. Them two Bosnian kids should be on this team. Because here's the other problem with the U.S. Once you get past the starting 11, all you have is Timothy Weah and Reyna on the bench. After that, they're nothing short of just a mediocre player. They're not that good of players past that. We're very top heavy on the starting 11. So that's the reason why it's like with the U.S., I'm not going to overhype this team. I'm very happy and very surprised how well they're playing. Like I said, that first 45 minutes against Paraguay is the best 45 minutes I've ever seen an American team play football.
Yeah.
I've never seen an American team play that good at football.
Same here.
But the other thing is now you're also seeing potential, because I'll tell you this right now. That Malik Tillman's a bad motherfucker. That dude,
he's a baller.
He's a good player. That
He's
kid
a
is a
baller.
baller.
He's a proper player. Johnny, would you take him at either Napoli or Arsenal, bruv?
Yeah, I was gonna say
I would take him at City,
Arsenal or Napoli. To be honest with you, that kid, dude,
and he cost a lot less, bruv. Even now,
I've never seen an American player. I've never seen an American player dictate the pace of a game like I've seen Tillman with this. Never seen it. Claudio Reyna never did
Who
it.
does he play for?
Leverkusen. He didn't play against
Holy
us.
shit.
Tillman was hurt both games against us.
Right.
That kid's a baller.
Yeah.
And there was talk that he may be leaving Leverkusen. But you know, it's funny you brought him up earlier.
Oh, he's definitely leaving now, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? It just depends on where he's
Aston
going to
Villa-
go after this World Cup.
Apparently, from what DiMarzio is saying, is Aston Villa is going to be putting in a bid to Monaco to purchase Balogun. If they get Balogun, that's going to be a fucking problem.
Ooh.
Should we sign Felix Nemecha? Do you think he's any good?
Nemenka?
Oh, Felix Nemecha.
Yeah, Felix Nemecha, yeah.
He's a decent player.
Because you got the other brother. I think he's a good player. But the German that I would want, and Johnny, you'll be with me on this, and even Chico to a degree, is that what's his name? Dunva? That Dunkav guy, whatever his name is. He's a fucking player. You know the guy that scored 2 goals against Ivory Coast, didn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Dunva, I think.
Yeah.
I would get him. Now he's a fucking player, bro. He's a fucking player. Do you know what I'm saying? Felix Nemecha's good, but that Dunva guy, he's a good player too.
You know who else, man? It's just hard now because they fucking fucked up by not. Neymar's warming up.
Wow.
He could come on soon.
That's the end of the third quarter with Scotland with Brazil up by 3 clear goals. We'll be back with the start of the fourth quarter with this message presented by Lay's.
See, this is hilarious. They got the Brazilian fans got all the big heads in the fucking stands, like those old what the fuck were they called? Fat heads?
Yeah.
Remember fat heads back in the day?
Oh yeah.
They got all the fat heads in the fucking crowd. And these motherfuckers got nothing but Rivaldo, Pelé, Cafu, Romario, and Ronaldinho as far as the heads that they got out there for the Brazilian players. And then they got to watch this bullshit. It's like,
John, do you think any Brazilian from this team will start in the 2002 World Cup?
No.
Fuck. No close.
No chance.
Neymar would be in the squad, but he doesn't start. I'm gonna be real because I rate Neymar as a footballer, and he's the last like Joga Benito style player. But I'm gonna be real, he doesn't start in that team. Not ahead of Denilson, like the real Denilson, not the one that was at Arsenal, the real Denilson, the one that was at Betis. Yeah, world record transfer at the time. I think it was in 2000 or some shit like that. Neymar doesn't get in ahead of him. You got Zé Roberto as well. Do you know what I'm saying? It's just like, and obviously you got Rivaldo and Ronaldo and Ronaldinho. You don't get in ahead of any.
Brother, everybody forgets how fucking class Zé Roberto used to be. That motherfucker was so fucking smooth on the damn ball, man. Zé Roberto with Bayern Munich was a fucking killer.
Unbelievable. He played till he was 40 as well. He played till he was 40 as well. I think he ended his career in Palmeiras as well.
Yeah, if you see, picture of him the other day, dude. He's turned into a bodybuilder. This dude's built like a brick shithouse now.
Yeah. He's in great shape, bro. But again, you see players like him, obviously Clarence Seedorf, innit? When he was doing
another
that,
one.
like a Korean game or whatever with all the other legends, yeah? He could still play today, bruv. He could sit in that number 10 and do wonders, bruv, because Clarence Seedorf, remember when he went to Botafogo, yeah? Yeah.
Real
Go on,
quick.
go on.
This is the live stat for the top third place teams. Bosnia is number 1, Sweden is 2,
Sweden, Croatia,
3,
Algeria,
Algeria, Paraguay, Scotland is 6, and then Cape Verde, and then Belgium's 8th. So Belgium may not make the knockout
Fucking
round.
hell, if Belgium squeeze past that, like Jesus Christ. But
Brother,
yeah, like what I said about like
Belgium to get through so we could sell Lukaku and De Bruyne. That's
They've
the
got
only
New
reason why I
Zealand.
want Belgium to
They've
get
got New
through.
Zealand.
Yeah. No, I hear it. I have a feeling they might. They might win the last game, especially with Doku in it. It'll be like, oh, we'll do it for Doku. We'll do it.
Big up,
But look, either way, either
Big
way,
up,
man, either way.
you know.
But like, what I was saying, like with like Clarence Seedorf. Remember when he went to Botafogo, in it, yeah. And then when he retired, I think he retired there as well. Even now, bro, that brother's in shape. Do you know what I'm saying? You look at Titi. Titi's in shape. Zlatan. We know what Zlatan's on, black belt in Taekwondo and shit like that. Do you know what I'm saying? Paul Pogba.
Yeah.
I don't care what anyone says to me about Paul Pogba. Paul Pogba, yeah? Technically, I don't care. Like, that brother's still in shape as well. And he's been out the game for, like a few years as well. Like, chilling in Monaco, whatever, getting his tax-free money. I hear it. Other than the Champions League, he's won everything, bruv. People forget he's a World Cup winner. People
I remember.
forget he's a World Cup winner.
He was the captain of that France
Yeah,
team. He was the captain of that France team, if I'm not mistaken. It was either him or Hugo Lloris.
I wasn't
It's
sure.
one of them two.
I have a sneaky feeling it might have been Hugo Lloris, though. I'm not... Yeah, because... He was definitely he was definitely one of the leaders and all of that, because you had Kante next to Paul Pogba, and was it Matuidi as well? Matuidi and Kante doing the work so Pogba could do his thing.
Hugo
Lloris, Giroud up front with
Hugo
Griezmann
Lloris.
and
Lloris was
Mbappe.
the captain, but Pogba was the vice captain.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. I thought that was the case, but
Listen,
with Paul
Paul
Pogba
Pogba
and all of them
should go
kind
down.
of players, like it's
Bro, Paul Pogba is going to go down as one of the biggest waste of talents in football history.
Yeah.
Because what happened to him at Manchester United was fucking criminal.
Yeah.
he should have gone Real Madrid, bruv. He should have gone Real Madrid.
or Barca.
Like after Juve, he should have gone
you know
Real
what-
Madrid or
know where
Barca. But
You know where I think he should have went? Bayern. I think Pogba in that
yeah.
midfield. Pogba
Yeah.
in that. Could you imagine Paul Pogba at the time serving up to all them fucking ballers that they had at Bayern, dude? Pogba would have been out of this world at that fucking Bayern Munich team.
Oh yeah, Neymar's coming
Yeah.
on. Neymar's on the pitch now. Nice to see
Neymar's
him.
coming on as the false nine for Brazil. He's replacing Cunha.
I'm thinking to myself, is Neymar ever going to win a World Cup for Brazil? Because I don't think he will.
nah.
No.
His time is
Listen,
done.
I'm gonna
He
tell
had
you
his
this right
chance
now.
in 2014.
If this Brazilian team somehow got out of the funk and won the World Cup, I'm gonna tell you this right now. There is no debate. Carlo Ancelotti is the greatest manager of all time. If he wins with this Brazil team, he's the greatest manager, hands down. I don't give a fuck about all them titles that Sir Alex Ferguson won. That for Carlo Ancelotti to do it everywhere and then to do it on the world stage at the World Cup, there's no debate who the greatest manager of all time is.
For me, Don Carlo's the greatest manager, period.
Same.
Even without that, for me personally, like it's
I
because
think-
like the way he plays football, the way he allows freedom, like it's different, bruv. It's different. I know Fergie did that as well with Cristiano
Yeah.
and Cantona and that, but
Pep and Fergie are the three goats for me for managers. Then after that, I don't like how everybody forgets how cold Brian Clough was, because for what he did with Derby and fucking Nottingham Forest, ridiculous.
Yeah, what he did at Forest should be studied, bruv. You know, like even on that overlap with like that fucking Weasel, that fucking rat, bruv, Gary Neville, in it. You know, there was this guy, Crossley, Mark Crossley, used to be a keeper for Nottingham Forest. Yeah, the stories that he talks about Brian Clough, bruv, and the fact that and his Brian Clough impression is like unbelievable. It's just like shit house. Come here, son. Do you know what I'm saying? And all of that shit, bruv. Like it's like it needs to be studied, bruv. Like there will never be another. And to be honest, because of the way Brian Clough was, that is a major reason why he never got the England job, bruv. Harry Redknapp didn't get the England job because he was wheeling and dealing and all of that other shit. Obviously, Sam Allardyce got the gig for one game. Best record, by the way. Best England record, 100%. And then took a fucking brown envelope and all that shit. And it's
brown envelope tax.
But do you know who else who else I would put up there as one of the greatest managers, but never gets his props, but he's won it. I think he's won 2 Champions Leagues as well with 2 different clubs. I don't care what anyone says. Jupp Heynckes, bro. Jupp Heynckes. I put him right up there. I don't care what anyone says. Jupp Heynckes, what he done with that Bayern team, that treble, and even before that, what he did with Real Madrid and shit like that, like his whole career, you can't knock it, man. Do you know what I'm saying? You can't knock it. He been round the block, done his thing. Like if Arsene Wenger wasn't so stubborn, he would be up there. If you know, and he would have eventually got a Champions League, but he didn't. So because he played the right way, but again, it's just like you got rid of that invincible team way too soon. Even with the money problems, we should have found a way to keep Ashley Cole and at least not sell him to Chelsea, especially with a fucking swap, giving Gallas the number 10. I mean, that was a fucking disgrace, bro. That was a fucking disgrace. No, that was a fucking shambles, bro.
You know who else deserves, who doesn't get a lot of praise and deserves it is Trapattoni. I don't know why everybody forgets how cold Trapattoni was. The guy won. The guy's got the record. He's won 7 Scudettes. And he won at Bayern Munich. And I think he won at Benfica, too. And I think, wasn't he also the manager of Ireland for one of the qualifications for the World Cup?
He was. No, he was the Ireland manager for 02, period. No. You're right. He was the manager for Ireland for a bit, but he didn't quite make the 02 because then you had Mick McCarthy and Roy Keane.
Yeah, Mick McCarthy.
All of that bullshit. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. It was up until that point, one of them qualification games, and then they brought in Mick McCarthy, and then the rest is fucking history, innit? But like Fabio Capello would have been up there at least top 15 or top 20 if he hadn't had his stint with the England job. But like,
oh no, him and Marcello Lippi both don't deserve to get called into the top managers because they were both involved with that game fixing shit with Juventus. Fuck Capello. He can go fuck himself.
Yeah.
Ugly ass motherfucker.
So even with what he done with Milan and all of that, like you just like even
brother,
with
that Juventus team did not need to be rigging games. That Juventus team did not need to be rigging no fucking games at that time, dude. Like people forget. So the sporting director of Juventus at the time, basically what was going on was he was choosing the referees for all the games. So it's like, bro, and the manager somewhat knew what was going on. They claimed that they didn't, but the manager somewhat knew what was going on with all that. So and that's part of the reason why Marcello Lippi ran to the national team job, because he had an inkling of what was going on. And then Capello came and took over, and then Capello's 2 years at Juventus were the years that they got stripped of the fucking title. Because they were. And
Juve was doping as well, allegedly. Yeah, Juve was doping as well because there was an overlapping where you had like Roy Keane and Neville were talking about when they played Juve. I think it might have been the semi-final before they reached the final and won the treble. Yeah, like Neville and Roy Keane were talking about. We were absolutely gassed, sweating our bollocks off and all that shit. Juve hardly broke a fucking sweat. They hardly broke a fucking sweat in 90 plus minutes. And I'm just like, that ain't natural, bro.
And that's Lippi, and that's Lippi's Juve. And that's Lippi's Juve. That's why I'm saying there was too much shady shit going on. Brother, The team that
I
got
wouldn't
caught.
put Lippi in that, but like Fabio Capello, I thought maybe. Yeah.
The team.
In,
So here's
in
the
like top 20.
Fabio Capello's Milan team would be the reason why that he would be in that conversation. What he did at Milan and what he did at Real Madrid. But the shit going on with him while he was there, I'm sorry, I can't agree with Capello as far as that. Like, bro, I'll read you this team off top. Buffon was in net. Zambrotta was the left back. The two center backs were Lilian Thuram and Paulo Cannavaro. Then you got fucking Jonathan Zabina on the right as the right back, the French guy that was a part of the Rome championship when Rome won the Scudetto. You then have the midfield is Camoranesi on the right, and then you have Emerson and Patrick Vieira. When Vieira left Arsenal, he went to Juve. You had Patrick Vieira and Emerson, and then you had Pavel Nedved on the left, and then you had Del Piero and Ibrahimovic. Ibrahimovic was the striker, and then you had Trezeguet off the bench. There's no reason for you, and you still had the old guy Tacchinardi. Tacchinardi,
yeah, Tacchinardi.
Why the fuck you rigging games if that's your fucking team, dude? What the fuck you doing rigging games if that's your team? There's no excuse for it. You know what I mean? That's why I say that there's the issue with that. I mean, yeah, AC Milan and Inter had some monster teams too, but it's like, bro, you just got Patrick Vieira from fucking Arsenal. And if I remember correctly, the first year that Vieira was there, I think they still had Edgar Davids on the bench with Tacchinardi. So it's like there's no excuse for you to be doing this shit.
I have a feeling that Edgar Davids, I think he just went to Tottenham when Patrick Vieira went. I think Tacchinardi might have still been there, but I think Edgar Davids went to Spurs at that point in time. Because remember, like, he went to Barca after his stint at Juve, he went to Barca. And then after Barca, I think he went... I don't think he came back to Juve. I think he went to Spurs, innit? Like,
no, he went to Spurs in 05. He went to Spurs in 05.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he was there.
That's it's a mad one.
No,
and you know Edgar Davids played for Barnet as well.
He went to Inter first, and then Inter sent him to Barca in the winter transfer season. But he was there, so he left. He left at the end of the 03-04 season. So he was there for the first one where they were rigging games and shit. So, yeah, dude, how the fuck you got that whole team?
And you're rigging games.
Bro. That's what I mean with that. Yeah, AC Milan, listen, AC Milan had an insane team. There's no getting around that. I was just actually, funny enough, talking about that AC Milan team. I was actually just watching the replay of what's it called when AC Milan knocked out Manchester United in 07, the semifinal of the Champions League.
Yeah. I remember watching that game.
Bro, you look at both
that
of
those goal at Old Trafford, unbelievable.
That is one of the best goals I've ever seen. Where he put the head, where he had the ball down and made the two United guys run into one another. Fucking classic.
Yeah. Patrice Evra and Gabriel Heinze, who's our defense coach now, pretty much.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah. Knucklehead. We got a knucklehead. You literally got a knucklehead, bro. But yeah, no, I hear what you're saying, man. Like, Kaká needs to be studied as well. Like what Don Carlo did with Kaká, bro. And Kaká had ability anyway. But what Kaká did in that season, people were talking about, Cristiano should have got the Ballon d'Or. And I was team Cristiano at that point. But I held my hands up and I was just like, Kaká deserves to win it. Across the board. That 07, he was something different, bro.
Kaká in that time period, in that 2-year period from when AC Milan went to the Champions League final and lost to Liverpool, and then when they went to the semifinal the next year, and then went back to the final and then won in 07. In those 3 years, Kaká is the only guy that's talking to Ronaldinho for the best player on the planet. He's the only guy talking to them, talking to Ronaldinho at that time. That motherfucker, That dude was such a fucking nightmare to deal with. First of all, people forget how fucking fast that motherfucker used to be.
Oh, he was lightning quick.
Ah,
He
you
was
couldn't
lightning
catch.
quick.
If he was once he put his head down and he had a run of open land, you ain't catching Kaká. You just were not catching him.
Even young Leo Messi couldn't catch Kaká in a friendly against what is it, Argentina, and that was at the Emirates as well. Just glided past him, bruv. His stride, yeah. That's what I'm saying. He needs to be studied, bruv. Because even after that, even 08-09, which got in the Real Madrid move, he wasn't as good in 07, but he was still fucking class. Do you know what I'm saying? And if it weren't for Cristiano, like it's you know.
But you know what? But wasn't what's his name playing like a 4-4-2 with that Real Madrid team, that Manuel Pellegrini, and he was trying to play Kaká as a number 8. That's part of the reason why I think Kaká went to shit when he was at Real Madrid, because they were playing him out of position. Like how the fuck you get Kaká? The guy is arguably the second best player in the world at the time, and you move him out of position for what? For what? If you were going to do that, if you're getting him and you bring in Ronaldo, I think the next year after Kaká, or they came the same year, you should be having Ronaldo at the left wing.
It was the same time, yeah.
Yeah, you move Ronaldo to the left wing if Kaká's the number 10 and Raul's the striker. How the fuck you stopping that? And I think at that time,
Benzema that same year as well.
Benzema as well, and wasn't Argentina? Robin was still there too. Robin hadn't left to go to Bayern.
I think Robin left that same summer, innit? Because the plan was for Real Madrid, because Barca were dominating, innit? Like Barca were, they'd already won the Champions League the previous season, so it was like we got to make some big signings. So they brought in Kaká was their first signing, then it was Cristiano, then it was Karim Benzema, King Karim. Then they bought Raul Albiol because they needed a backup centre back. Do you know what I'm saying? They might have brought in a few others as well, and Raul I think was there for one more season, innit? And then he went to Schalke, innit?
Yeah, he went to Schalke. That Schalke team was a gas team too.
I know he was sick at Schalke. I'm not gonna lie. That one goal where he just scooped it over. Like I can't remember who they were playing, but like he was still balling out, bruv. Obviously at a much slower pace, but it was just like Raul. People forget how sick Raul was as a footballer. People forget how sick he was as a footballer, and he could finish like that chip shot, that fucking dink. Yeah, like when you shoot the ball like in hoops. Yeah. That's what Raul was doing on the grass, bruv. He was doing that on the fucking grass, bruv. Every time he went through, yeah, keeper was a little bit too far off his line. He didn't even have to be that far off his line. Dink, bruv. Dink. Peter Dinklage, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
Who was the Dutch guy that played up top with him on that team? They had a fucking good team, that old Schalke team.
Huntelaar?
Was it? Yeah, Huntelaar. Like, yeah,
Huntelaar.
Ruud van Nistelrooy was there like during the Capello era when they
Ruud
won
van
the
Nistelrooy
league
was there?
back.
Dude,
Schalke.
Schalke is one of the biggest teams in Germany. Just because they fucked up recently and got relegated, Schalke and Dortmund, and probably after that, it's probably either going to be Gladbach or Werder Bremen. Historically, those are the best teams in Germany. Schalke,
Hamburg got relegated as well.
Yeah, Hamburg too. Yeah. No, Schalke, dude. Schalke had such a fun. My boy on Schalke for the longest time was that Jefferson Farr fan. That dude.
He was a fucking baller. That Peruvian is a joke, bro.
They had him.
Fucking joke. But
they had half that Bayern team came from the Schalke Youth Academy, because Goretzka came from Schalke's Youth Academy. You had Neuer came from Schalke. Yeah. Oh, what a terrible pass, Vinny.
You had was it that centre back, Bat Stuber, in it? I think he was at
Bat Stuber
before he went to Bayern?
Yeah, Bat Stuber.
Yeah.
You had who was that other asshole? Draxler came from Schalke Academy.
Yeah, Draxler. You had Mesut
Oh, yeah.
Ozil was there as well.
Mesut
Ozil
Ozil
was there?
Schalke's Youth Academy.
Wow.
And Rakitic.
Schalke put out
as well.
ballers.
They had ballers. They had Ozil. They had the lot, bruv. They had the lot, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? Because not the only player, but you had Thomas Müller and Toni Kroos at Bayern coming through there, and then they were obviously mainstays for Bayern and then Germany and all that. Kroos went to Real Madrid, done his thing, and to be honest, once Kroos left Real Madrid, they're still recovering, bruv. They still haven't got a player to even remotely get close to that level of ball distribution, because Valverde is not the same type of player, and he's nowhere near that ability. Number one, you got Arda Güler, who's had a shocking tournament, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? And even then, he's not really that type of player. And then you got, Tchouameni is a million gazillion miles away, even though he's more defensive. I think the only one that technically can come close is probably Camavinga, bruv. And even then, like he's had his like injuries and all of that. Like it's like they've not recovered after that. Casemiro, Kroos, and who else did they have in that fucking midfield?
Modric.
Modric.
Yeah.
That was it. Modric. Yeah.
Casemiro,
After
Kroos,
that
and
midfield,
Modric.
like Real Madrid have been struggling to replicate that. They've been struggling. They're still searching for that shit because with the DM, Tchouameni ain't of the level. And then like Modric, they thought Arda Güler was going to be the Modric replacement. They thought Camavinga, maybe Valverde or whoever, like would be the Toni Kroos replacement. Toni Kroos, to be honest, the way it's looking is like irreplaceable, bro. Same with Modric as well. Modric is still fucking playing. Kroos is retired. Modric is still playing. So
Modric was retiring after the World Cup, though. He's not staying on with Milan. He's already said that he's retiring.
Damn.
Yeah.
Big up to Luka Modric, though.
I mean,
that's a hell of a career.
Yeah, World Cup finalist as well with fucking Croatia, bro. World Cup finalist with fucking Croatia. We lost to them in the semis, bro.
If it wasn't
Gareth Scrubgate and then Harry Kane didn't square the pool to fucking Sterling, bro.
If it wasn't for the brilliance of Iniesta and Xavi and Busquets, we're having a different conversation about where Luka Modric is in the history of football. And you got to remember, Luka Modric was a late bloomer. He was when he went to Madrid, he was already 27, 28. He was an older player when he got there. He just fucking took care of himself and took it to the next. Jose Mourinho, everybody needs to fucking take their hat off at Real Madrid to Jose Mourinho for forcing them to go get Luka Modric, because Modric,
he was ripping it up. He was ripping it up in the Prem, bro. Ripping it. Because Harry Redknapp was talking about, I'm thinking of playing him in the middle, and then his dumb fuck knucklehead assistant coach at the time, I don't even know his fucking name. He was just like, Harry, you can't do that. You can't do that. Like, put him out on the left. He's gonna get crushed. And then the rest is history. Do you know what I'm saying? So fair play to Harry Redknapp for keeping him in the midfield, didn't it? Fair play. I'll give him credit for that. Slightly, maybe Gareth Bale, but then again, Gareth Bale was. You could tell Gareth Bale was always going to be. To be honest, to this day, I'm kind of pissed off that we didn't go get Gareth Bale when we got Theo Walcott at the time in 2006. Do you know what I'm saying? Because they're both the same age, and they both came through the ranks at Southampton as well. Yeah, Theo Walcott done pretty well for us, but Gareth Bale, bruv, starting out at left back, bruv, even with the injuries. Different story, bro. And like you see Gianni, did you see the overlap that Gareth Bale was on? Have you seen any of the clips like where he's talking about how like why modern football is the way it is, and you know like it's been overtaken by systems and he's spot on, bro. He's absolutely spot on. Like the game is way too rigged. Yes, he loves his golf, but to be honest, if modern football just switched and started doing the Jogo Bonito and shit and started training players how they should, rather than getting the athletes first when they should be running for the fucking Olympic teams and all that shit, yeah? Instead, get the fucking ballers and then make them better athletes, make them quicker, make them stronger. You can make them a bit faster as well. Because let's be honest, yeah? Even Kaká said it himself. Like, yeah, he obviously the talent was abundantly clear, But even he alluded to when he did that interview with Rio. I watched the whole of that. That was a good interview, yeah. Even he was saying that he wasn't that quick, you know, before, like just before he got to Milan. Do you know what I'm saying? When he got to Milan and he got that European conditioning and all that, he just went up levels physically. Do you know what I'm saying? To complement his technical ability. And another thing as well, a little side note as well, Kaká's one of the very few top Brazilian players to wear like Adidas boots, bruv, or wear boots that weren't Nike, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? Because that Jogo Bonito, them Nike adverts, was it the 98 France World Cup back in the day with Eric Cantona and all that shit? That was basically the whole Brazil team, all them ballers. Kaká was like the very first, as far as I'm aware anyway, the very first top one, other than before you had like Pele with the Puma and all of that shit, yeah? I don't know what boots Zico wore, but like, yeah, Kaká like rocking them Predators, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? Where Predators is like every other team, and especially the German, like damn near the whole German side, they wear Predators or they wear F50 Adidas boots and all that shit. But Kaká in them Predators, bruv, in them 06 Predators, you know, them gold ones as well. Ridiculous, bruv. Them gold Predators from 06, bruv. That line of Predators is some of the best boots, yeah, you'll ever fucking see. Do you know what I'm saying? Along with the Nike Tiempos that Ronaldinho wore, and then you had the was it the Total 90s and all that, and then you had the Vapors, bruv. The Mercurial Vapors, bruv.
Yeah, I love those.
Ridiculous.
Those are my
ridiculous.
Favorite.
Yeah. You had the Ronaldo had the blue ones in it. Do you know what I'm saying? Where he's in training, just slapping it, bruv. And even Zlatan and Cristiano, bruv, like it is what it is. Like it's like you can't, and it's so bad now that they've already replicated them boots in the past 5 years, bruv. Like I think it was around the Qatar World Cup. They've already got a Total 90 third edition boot. Do you know what I'm saying? They got the Ronaldo 02 Vapors, the Ronaldo Mercurials from 98, bruv. They've remastered that shit. They've redone that shit. So it's like they need to do that with the ballers now. Do you know what I'm saying? Just revamp the ballers. Like get them favela ballers, get them street ballers from London town, from Chi Town, from NYC, from fucking Barca, Madrid, Paris, Rome, Napoli, of course, and elsewhere around the world. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, get them fucking ballers in. None of these suburban trust fund baby ballers anymore, bruv. Fuck that shit. Fuck the mansion ballers. Fuck the suburban trust fund baby ballers. They can't be trusted, bruv. The trust fund baby ballers can't be trusted.
Fabrizio Romano and DiMarzio both came out. Chelsea valued Malo Gusto to be worth £75 million. Who the fuck is going to buy Malo Gusto for £75 million?
Whoever, like, that's crazy work, bro. 75 million for Gusto. He ain't worth that money. He's roughly around 30 to 40 million, but 75 million, that's wild.
Where does Fabrizio get this info from?
Listen, DiMarzio's saying the same thing. So if DiMarzio's saying it, ooh, Atletico, you got to be kidding me. You know how we were asking to go get a backup left back?
Yep.
Atletico Madrid just signed Alejandro Grimaldo for Leverkusen for 20 million euros. How the fuck, if he's 20 million euros, why the fuck aren't we signing him?
Exactly. Now we have to go get Tyreek Mitchell or Lewis Hall. Either one of them. I'd rather Tyreek Mitchell, as you know, guys, but he's going to cost double that minimum. Minimum Tyreek Mitchell's going to cost 40 mil pounds. Dollars, it will be like what? 55, 60 maybe. Do you know 60. What I'm saying? So you're looking at about 50 mil euros, yeah, for Tyreek Mitchell, who didn't even make the World Cup squad when he should have done, because we don't have a fucking left back. But Tuchel's a genius. Tuchel's a fucking genius because he decided on fucking Jed Spence. That fucking knob, yeah. Very, very, very fucking Spurs. I can't believe that, bro. 20 mil. Man like Fabrizio Romano, I work 24 hours or 23 hours per fucking day, which we know he doesn't, bruv, especially for the last year or two, bruv.
How long do you think he works for?
He's got a team.
How long do you think he works
An hour.
Probably Probably like 6 hours, probably 6 hours a day at most.
He always posts stuff on
Probably
Twitter. I
6.
see his Twitter. He always posts everything on Twitter as if he's busy.
I don't think he's running his Twitter page, if I'm being quite honest.
He's got his team to do that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
he
don't
probably has a
think
team.
He's got his team doing the Twitter thing, and I think his team is handling Instagram now. I honestly think he just listens for a couple hours to see what the transfer situation is. But like I said, who the fuck's buying Malo Augusto for 75 million pounds? If you convert that, that's like 82.5 million euros. Who here? Again, this is what I mean by with the way Chelsea's trying to operate and alienate certain majority of these clubs to where they can't sell these players. Big up Tigre. Appreciate you being in the chat. But it's like, bro, outside of PSG, Barcelona, and Real Madrid, I don't think Liverpool's spending 75 million pounds on Gusto. Man United, unless they're smoking crack, I don't see them spending 75 million pounds on Gusto. This is what I don't get with Chelsea. Who's buying these players for this crazy amount of money? It just doesn't make any sense.
Premier League teams?
What if we get him, Gianni?
Who can afford him still?
What if we get him as part of the fucking part of the fucking brown envelope and all of that shit, like money laundering FC and all that shit?
Listen,
we need
you
a
know
backup
what?
right back, but again, it's
Listen,
just go
you know
backup
what?
right back.
Listen, I take him as a backup right back, but I'm not paying 75 million pounds for a backup.
Yeah,
Look,
same here.
Here,
But
take what we just said right now for an example. Say Arsenal, say he is the Chelsea player that Arteta decides to go and get, right? You will have spent almost 200 million pounds on backups. Zubimendi is going to be a backup this year, unless he's asking for problems, because Zubimendi should not be starting. It should be Rice and Skelly should be the two in the middle for this season, right? So Zubimendi is about 60 million pounds. They're asking 75 million pounds for Gusto, so that'd be 135. And then you spend 50 million pounds on fucking Madueke. You spent 185 million pounds on backups. No, the fuck, 185 million pounds. You could have went and got 6-7 ballers on the team if you went and fucking looked around and did proper scouting and not lazy ass scouting. Like, no, bro, if we spend 75 million pounds on Gusto, I'll fucking lose it. I'll fucking lose it.
Yeah. No, I hear that, man.
Do you guys think Scotland are going to be out of the World Cup? Do you guys think that that's it for Scotland, that they're out of the World Cup?
They're on 3 points. I think it's going to come down to goal differential. What's their goal differential? Because that's got to be pretty bad right now.
-3.
-4. Oh, never mind.
Is it -3 or -4?
Yeah, it's -3 because they won the game against Haiti 1-0 and they conceded what?
That's right. Yes.
Yeah, -3. Yeah, -3.
If it's -3, I'm trying to remember who. They're saying Man City is eyeing Gusto. Bro, if Man City spent 75 million pounds for Gusto, they're smoking dope.
What are they smoking, guys? I mean,
Crack.
Crazy work. I mean, Enzo Maresca is going to Man City. I don't know if he's going to do well. If he's going
I don't think he's going to Man City. I think he goes to Madrid.
Because they're saying that he's set to go to Manchester City. It's saying on the report saying that he's set to come to Manchester City.
Yeah, I don't see him going to City.
So you think he's going to go Atleti?
I think Jose is going to get him. I think Jose is going to bring him to Madrid.
I can
He's
see
going to bring him
that.
to Madrid.
Yeah. I think Jose will bring him to Real Madrid. So here, Senegal plays Iran. If Senegal wins 3-0, they will match Scotland on points, and then they will have a 0 goal differential. So Scotland could potentially be getting knocked out of this thing.
Yeah.
I can see Cape Verde beating Saudi Arabia. I can see them beating Saudi Arabia and Spain beating Uruguay because Uruguay had to beat Cape Verde. They failed to beat Cape Verde. and now they're on the verge of getting knocked out because they got Spain next. I can't see them getting a result against Spain. They have to win that game, otherwise they're finished.
I hope Uruguay gets fucking smoked. Because you know what? I'm sick and tired of hearing this bullshit about how good of a coach Marcelo Bielsa is. Bro, you were influential back in the 90s. Shut the fuck up. It was 25 years ago.
He was only good at Leeds United. That's what he did. He took
Bro,
them
he
up.
wasn't even that good at Leeds. He got them out of the
Wasn't all that good.
championship. Big fucking whoop-de-doo.
Yeah,
Leeds should have never been in the championship in the first place with the size of that club. They shouldn't even have been in the championship in the first place. They just let the team go to shit. So, yeah, cool. Bielsa got them out of the championship. He damn near got them relegated the next fucking year with that same bullshit that he tried playing. And then since then, he's been just going around sitting on coolers like an old fat fuck. No. Your time was in the 90s, bro. Stay in the 90s and fucking retire because I just don't see it for him anymore. So, but listen, guys, I appreciate all your guys' time. We're almost at 3.5 hours out here. I'm traveling this weekend, so I won't be doing any shows this weekend.
Ooh, where you headed?
Up north. I'm going to Fox Lake in Chicago. Fox Lake, it's about an hour and a half away from Chicago. It's still within Illinois.
Are you able to watch the Turkey match, Gianni? Are you able to watch Turkey versus
I'm not
USA?
watching that match. I'm going to be honest with you. The US already through, so what's the point of watching it?
I don't know. Maybe new players can you see rotation?
I'm gonna watch it
I'll
to see
still
the
watch it,
rotation
Chico.
and everything. I'm gonna see the rotation to watch it, and see what ends up happening because Turkey's playing for pride at this point. We'll see what ends up happening. Real quick, they're the flop of the tournament. So
Hands down.
Easily.
62 shots, by the way, 62 shots and 0 goals scored. Imagine that. Paraguay were down to 10 men and they still struggled to score against them. Crazy.
Montella, as much as I like Montella got it completely wrong as the manager. You don't if you know that you're going to have possession in both games, there was no reason for you to start Kokshu as the number 10. And I'll just end it on this. This is why Kenan Yildiz is not a €100 million player. Like this guy did not show up at the tail end for Juventus to keep Juventus in Champions League. The guy has not been able to do what. Big up Jim.
Big up Jim.
The guy didn't show up when it mattered. He didn't show up for his country. I just think that Montella got everything completely wrong. How you have Arda Güler not starting as the number 10 and you're restricting your team. You should have went with Kokshu and Çalhanoğlu, Güler at the 10, Yildiz at the left, Yilmaz on the right, and then Hector Koglu at the top. You should have went from the start and just went all out offense and keep the fucking ball on the ground. I don't understand why they kept crossing the ball. Hector Koglu's the same height as me. I'm not jumping over no 6-foot guys. Like my legs are shot. That ain't happening. So I don't know why they tried doing that. It's like the same thing. The same stupid shit with Mexico. Mexico always trying to cross the ball to Chicharito. Bro, Chicharito's little ass wasn't jumping over nobody. Unless he got a wide open header, Chicharito wasn't jumping over people like that. So I just never understood it. But big up to all you guys. I appreciate all your guys' time. Nat, you want to shout your channel out before we bounce? And I appreciate your time as always, brother.
Yeah, big up, Johnny. I was going to say I was going to go either way, but you beat me to it, so it is what it is. But, yeah, big up, Johnny, for having me on. Always a pleasure, never a chore. Big up, Chike. Big up, Kwaja. I'm going to be doing a match reaction because my Mac is dying out on me a bit. Well, slowing up, maybe not quite dying out. I'm trying to prolong it as much as possible, a bit like Arteta with his managerial career at Arsenal. That's basically what it's on. But yeah, I'll have a match reaction. I'll be doing that now, basically, and then I'll release that early hours of the morning my time. So this evening for you guys. So I'll have that, and then the Panama match reaction will be Sunday night. So I'll be doing that. You know, as long as I look after my Mac a bit, it should be all right. But I might record on a match reaction on my phone. Be quicker and easier, but then the Panama be back on the Mac. I'll do a live stream for that as well. So if anyone wants to jump on my stream, I'll put the link out in the chat and all of that shit. And yeah, more match reactions, just depending on how far England goes. But to be honest, I'll probably do other match reactions as well. So because I got my eye on Portugal in it. So yeah, it'll be one of them ones. But yeah, big up anyway. Much appreciated. in this sweltering heat. But Gianni, if it's true that Chi-Town, Chicago is going to be having that heat wave this weekend, I'm sure you're going to love it. Do you know what I'm saying? So all the best and enjoy it, my guy. Do you know what I'm saying?
I'll be out drinking every night to cool down.
Yep. We know the deal. The deal.
CK, appreciate your time as always, my guy.
Thank you.
And then Quaja, appreciate your time as well. Do you want to shout your channel out before you bounce to Quaja?
I'm just gonna make some, videos on my phone on YouTube. I'm just gonna make videos on Insta. I'm just gonna sit. I'm gonna stay around, watch the 2 a.m. kickoffs, and then after that go to bed. And obviously, I think we'll beat Panama. I just feel like with this Panama team, they haven't been great. They haven't taken their chance against Croatia. They won that great, and I think there's a possibility. I just feel like, maybe, listen, I'm not going to say we're finished and all this stuff. Like, listen, it's one game. I'm not going to sit here and call anyone negative. I don't think anyone is negative. We're all disappointed. I'm disappointed after watching that shit show. I just feel like we just need to improve. And if we do, we'll see how it goes. But great shows always. And to be honest with you, this Belgium team absolutely stink. I can't see them going ahead in the quarterfinals. I don't see them going to the semis. Not like the 2018. I can see them getting knocked out of the last 32 because if they face up against a proper team, they're fucked.
Oh, yeah.
100%.
But big up, guys. Appreciate all your guys' time as always. We will be back Friday night before I go out of town. I will be doing the Around the League show with Taryn. I know we're going to be talking about the NBA draft and everything else.
Now the Washington Wizards need to be relegated, even though it's never going to happen.
The Washington Wizards need to be folded. The Washington Wizards, they need to find the guy that was the DC sniper back in the early 2000s to just shoot that entire organization to shit. Because that organization is just dog shit. But we will be back next week with more World Cup. Coverage. We'll be talking more about transfers. There should be some big news coming out of Napoli for transfers. There's been rumored that De Bruyne is in conversation to break his contract to go to Galatasaray. It also looks as if Napoli is going to move on from Rahmani and get and steal Federico Gatti from Juventus, which would be huge if we pull that off. And it sounds like it's a done deal with Mario Gilla from Lazio as well. So next week we should be having some more transfer stories. Real quick before we go, this just went across my thing for Di Marzio. Arsenal have inquired. This must be Michele doing this. Arsenal have inquired about both Kareem Aktürkoğlu and Barış Yilmaz. That's what I'm talking about.
Andrea Mafioso Bad Boy Berta, mate, along with Michele, bro. Do you know what I'm
saying? I hope
saying?
Arteta doesn't tell Berta to buy any more scrubs from Chelsea because he tried to tell Berta to buy Noni Madueke.
Brother, I'm going to tell you this right now. Bet the house that it's probably going to be Gusto. I don't think it'll be.
Well, it's better than Garnachos and Gittins, bro. It's better than them two.
Brother, I'm telling you this right now. If Garnacho comes to fucking Arsenal, I am flying to England and risking jail time. I will slap the fuck out of him.
Hey, I will Johnny, don't worry, Johnny. I got you covered for that. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm down the road, innit? Compared to you, innit? I'm down the road. I got you covered.
I swear to Christ.
I'm making sure he's out the fucking door before he's even got there, bro. Best believe. I'm not having it, bro. I'm not having it.
If Garnacho fucking shows up at Arsenal, I am slapping the fuck out of him. I will get banned from I will jump onto the fucking pitch at a home game at the Emirates and run right into the bench and beat the fuck out of him. And I will not care if I get a lifetime stadium ban. I will not care. It's the principle. But guys, I hope everybody has a good rest of your night. Like I said, we'll be back sometime next week on here, and we will be with BBK Sports Friday night for the Around the League show. So hope everybody has a great night. Yeah, appreciate everybody's time, and we'll see you next week.
Peace.
Peace.